We gotta like look down. All right, all right, all right. It looks like we are live.
We are
We are live,
live.
coming to you live from our bedroom for a random Love is Blind live stream. Not something that we normally cover on this channel. How you feeling, Alpha?
I'm feeling good. I have some mimosas. You got some
Uh,
mimosas?
I got some mimosas. It's gonna be a mimosa type of live stream.
Hmm.
I don't know what's going on with Netflix. They got us all hyped up for a live reunion. They are not live at this point.
Yeah, and we have been dedicated to this show. This is like season 4.
Yeah, we've been watching every single season.
Yeah.
So, and then we watch like Brazil and Japan as well.
Oh, we
So,
did.
yeah,
Having
we
to read
did.
those subtitles was interesting.
Yeah.
The emotions were like channeled very different.
And their reunion for Brazil, they did not have the English translation, which normally they do. So that is also very interesting. But we have some friends coming in live. We do not normally cover content like this, but we are streaming on my channel and on Alpha's channel, who is Merce Alpha on YouTube. It's a little of a different setup for us today because, like, the camera's over there, but the computer's right here. So it's a little weird, and we're in the bed. If you guys are watching on the live stream, please do drop in the chat where you're watching from. Is Netflix working on your end? They are showing us that they're just late getting started, but I'm like, how are you going to hype up a live stream show and then be late getting started? So if you guys are watching the reunion and it's just not working for us, let us know. We are currently on their Instagram and it's saying, what does it say? Love is late. It'll be worth it. So
yeah, they have like 122,000 people in their live just posting comments, and they're all sharing the same feelings we're feeling.
yeah, so they can actually see the comments on stream or on Instagram. Oh, it's saying that it's live now. I don't know if they will let us live stream this without like hitting us down. Let's see here.
Refresh it.
It is loading on my end. Let's see if it comes up. I don't want to get like a copyright strike. It's just like doing a little circle. So let's see. Yeah, I'll refresh it. Are y'all able to see that screen? Nope, it's still showing me no. Still showing me no. This title is currently isn't available in my country. What? You'll find lots to explore. What do you mean not available in my country? What do you mean? Are you serious?
It was made in our country, so yeah. That's interesting.
Oh my gosh, I want to refresh it again. It says it's not available in your country. All right, we got some people watching live. While I go ahead and refresh this one more time, let's see if we can get it going in our country real quick. Let's see. I want to see what the live stream is saying. We got Matt Love Fiction. Welcome into the live stream saying happy Monday, y'all. It is Sunday for us, so happy Monday/Sunday for you as well. Essie says, oh wait, I lost the chat. Where did it go? Let's see. Essie says, girl, I don't think the reunion is happening, but down to hear your thoughts on the rest. Yes, exactly. We're gonna start talking about like some of the couples and stuff while we wait for this to come on. It is still saying that it's not available in my country. So let's see. Essie says it's on watch party ? It's on for you, but it's not on for me. It says not available.
Yeah, it says the same thing on mine. It says this title is not available to watch in your area.
Why? How are they going to set up a live and then not be live? I was late. I put this up and then it took us a while to get our technical difficulties in order. So that's all I was saying. Essie is saying it's on now. Where are you watching from, Essie? Where are you watching from? Mary Malarkey says, hey, Bree, I have no idea what you're covering, but just wanted to like, and you're quickly becoming popular viewing from Chi-Town. Oh, nice to hear. Nice to hear. I hope that I become popular, but we're just checking out Love is Blind. If you are interested in the show, we're not talking any legal talk today. We're trying to get the show started, and we started looking on YouTube and saw there wasn't much coverage on it, so we decided to hop on. Can you like
Sorry.
Alpha's turning us on the TV. So let's see here. Lola Waterton says, nice to see Alpha doing his job for once, right? On the weekend, he decides to show up. My hair was like sticking straight up right there. That's crazy. All right. Essie says, weird log off and on. Okay. Let's see. Essie says, watching it now, but in Canada. So I don't know. Yeah. So it looks like they are not in the United States. In Canada? Oh, we're gonna need a VPN to change our location.
Many people in the United States wanting to watch.
Too many people wanting to watch. Yeah, that's what I would think too. But if you're gonna do a live show, you should at least have it set up to where people can watch live, not just in certain countries. Especially because they're in America. Yeah, it's an American show. So why can we not watch? I had completely forgot that. What do you call it? I completely forgot that. Who was that? Chris Rock did a live special because I didn't watch it live, but I forgot that his was live. Let's see. Blessed Mommy 4 says, hi Bree, it's not working. It's been almost an hour and a half. Yeah, they are completely late, and they're saying that they're late. At least they're acknowledging that they're late. Let's see. Oh, the video ended, so it is live somewhere, just not for us. Let's see. The live on Instagram ended, so they're live somewhere, just not for us. Wondering what's gonna happen there. So yeah, still not live in America, but apparently if you're a Netflix or you have a VPN for Netflix, then you could probably watch it. Or not for Netflix, for a different country, you can probably watch it. Mary Malarkey says, oh, I think we already, let's see, I read that one already, right? And then Alpha says, don't fire me, please. You already got fired the other day. So
how are you going to fire me? How am I going to pay the bills?
You have another job. Okay. Since they are not live for us in America, for those of you that want to watch us chat because they're not live in America, please do. I will be checking on the chat. I am on my laptop today, so everything is like a little smaller. Let me know if the audio is good. We just have like this makeshift set up in our bedroom when we are usually live on
the office.
Live in the office. My camera is looking a little blurry. I don't know. Is it looking blurry? Or is that just because it's the TV?
It might be the TV.
I don't know. Let me know if our camera is a little blurry, if you might have to fix the stuff for us. So let's talk about the couples. Who do we have?
I'm pulling them right
about. All right. Go ahead and pull up the people. Love is Blind couples are what we're going to be talking about.
Should we just pull up everyone that auditioned, or should we just pull up the ones that actually made it?
No, we want to talk about the actual couples. So let's talk about, I can't even think of anybody but Kwame and Chelsea right now. You want to talk about Jacqueline? She didn't make it to the end, but she was on the show. Jacqueline. Oh, let me see if I can pull up pictures of people.
Or Jacquelina is her name.
Jacquelina.
So Jacquelina is 27. She's a certified dental assistant. She's with what's his name?
Marshall.
Was with
Marshall.
What? Okay. Can I just do a little brief opinion of her?
Hold on, let me pull the people up real quick so that the people can see Jacqueline and Marshall. Do you guys watch this show, or are we just being weird?
Yeah, let us know if you watch the show.
Let me know if you watch the show. You said already we've been watching the show for like every single season since it first came out, and so right now I'm just gonna pull up the people. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to pull up the people. All right, so let me pull it up. Here we go. They're showing me a video of something random. Hey, where'd the picture go that I just had pulled up?
Oh, it's working in Colorado, someone said.
It's working in Colorado. Let's see. Jacquelina, Marshall. Picture. I need a picture of them so that we can look at them. What? Who are these people?
Jacquelina.
I typed it in Jacquelina. All right, there's a picture of them making out, but where's the picture of like their faces?
Did you type in the image? Oh, you spelled her name wrong.
How do you?
It's Jack.
Oh, literally Jacquelina. That's a ghetto.
Lena. Put an E right there. There you go.
It's still giving me the same girl, so I don't know.
Click on images. Go back up.
They giving me that white girl though. I don't know her.
Put Love Is Blind in the
Okay.
search.
Okay, let's see. Love Is Blind. All right, they gave us a bunch of people who are not them still, but okay, let's see.
Put season 4.
There's Marshall. Oh, here they are. This is the picture that they're getting at this point. All right, that's good enough. That is them. So we have them already. Jacqueline and Marshall. They did not make it to the altar. Do you want to give your thoughts on them at all?
Okay.
Starting from the pods, if you can remember, don't go straight into what she did. Okay.
So, okay, from the pods, Marshall I did not think he was actually going to make it outside of the pods. I felt he was very sensitive compared to most of the guys there, or just maybe guys in general. He was very sensitive. But didn't he have like 2 people? Or it was just her. Okay. And then with her, she had 2 people. She had Josh, who is like opposite of Marshall, and she decided to go with Marshall. And just the way it played out for her to go the other way to Josh, I thought was very disrespectful. I felt like she could have went a whole completely different way about it. I don't know. She's like a villain to me, just the way she went about it. Because I saw some posts on Twitter that said she was the villain. She commented that they were broken up before she started to make out with Josh, and then so they had already broke up, and then she went and saw Josh. But then in the show, she told him she just saw Josh, and then she told him that she's gonna not be able to be in a relationship and all this stuff. So it's crazy. And then on top of it, she tried to keep the ring. I don't know about keeping the ring. That's Netflix ring.
She did say Netflix paid for the ring, so that's a thing. That's for sure a thing.
I believed it.
But the issue, okay, I'm going to start from the beginning. In the pods, it didn't really seem like they would be a good match, but it almost seemed like he would be a good match for her because she needed someone a little bit more stable and sweet, which is what she kept saying that she wanted. She wanted someone who was sweet, and that's what he was. Josh, they didn't really give him much airtime, but we did know he was another love interest for her. But they didn't give him a lot of airtime talking to her. Even when she broke up with him, they didn't even show that. They just said, oh, she said she broke up with him, right? And decided to go for Marshall. I could completely tell throughout like the little honeymoon phase that they were not going to work out because pretty much everything he did annoyed her. And on top of that, she would like pick a problem with anything and just make things awkward. Like even when they were in the pool, she was like kind of being mean to him in the pool. When they came home, I can't even remember what it was, but it was always something. She was already starting something when the family was about to come. And she started acting all weird. Yeah. And I'm like, what are you doing? You're just being a weirdo.
I think he was like being a super nice guy. And she was just not attracted to him. She's ghetto, okay? That's your ghetto girl who loves to be in toxic relationship. She wants drama all the time. She wants you to cheat on her, so you have a discussion. It's just all bad. And Marshall, on the other hand, he's like sweet. I think he's ready for marriage. He'll make a good husband for someone one day. She's gonna be married, divorced, married, divorced, if that. And then just single for the rest of her life complaining. Like, I don't see any success going with her. She's the type of girl that will probably be like, oh, I'm too much to handle. And that's true.
I don't think she's going to make it to marriage. That's just my opinion.
Someone will marry her.
The thing about her, though, is she's what a lot of people would consider to be conventionally attractive. But she said herself that she needs work on herself. Like, she needs to work on herself. Which is, don't come on Love Is Blind if you still need to work on yourself.
I don't think from a man's perspective that I would say that she's attractive. She's just, I don't know, just like the minute she opens her mouth maybe that attraction that you think is not there. There's a lot of stuff she's lacking, and then just the things that come out of her mouth is gonna tell you, okay, let me not take this serious. And that's a thing for guys. Like the minute I hear you talk, I can tell where we're gonna head from here.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I think she would be considered conventionally attractive. Even if you don't personally find her attractive, I think a lot of people would find her attractive.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Okay, let's see. Lola Waterton saying to Alpha, I was just teasing. You work hard at your real job. We just miss you. Yeah, see? No, he's going to get fired. He'll just be...
on my day off?
You didn't have a whole month off. It's not even a day off at this point.
But you know I've been busy.
Okay, Summer Butterfly says, good evening, everyone from Indiana. Hello, welcome into the live stream. Amir Flan says, it's working for me in Colorado. It's telling me it's not available in my country. Still, maybe I need to redo.
We need to pick a different country.
Netflix. I can't pick a different country. Let's see. It's still saying it's not available in my country. So I'm gonna fix the camera because it is looking quite blurry to me. Let me see.
Just hit the autofocus.
I did, but it's still not focusing. Because like you look blurry to me.
Okay. Let me do something up there.
Okay. About to mess up my whole little makeshift setup. Me giving the whole butt to the camera. Let's see. Let's see what the chat is. It looks clear on the camera, but not on the screen. But maybe it's because it's just spread out.
That would just be connection wise.
Okay. Mary Malarkey. It looks like you just changed it some more.
No, when I moved.
So okay, let's see. It looks fine on my StreamYard camera. Maybe it's just because it's on TV.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, because I'm also streaming it from my phone. So yeah, you're not gonna get the best.
All right.
So that's probably fine.
Okay. Mary Malarkey says, while you're waiting, would you mind introducing us to the gentleman next to you? Oh, for those of you that are new to the channel, this is my fiance, Alpha, who is supposed to stream with us occasionally, but he just stopped one day, I guess. I think he was sick with COVID and he stopped. And then he just never came back. So yes, this is the fiance. They refer to him as King Alpha, Mr. Beehive, whatever nice name you can come up with. That is who the gentleman is. Let's see. Mary Malaki says, while you're waiting, I already read that one. Let's see. Oh, you wrote it twice. That's why. Mary Malaki says, Bree, I'm trying to picture Miss Emily D. Baker and her hubby doing a live stream from their bed. They have live streamed together before, but just not from the bed. I don't know what possessed us to do this.
I just threw out an idea and you thought it was cool.
Took it and ran with it.
It took us a minute to set up, but we got to figure it out.
It was random. It was definitely very random. But maybe we should have because Natalie Lawyer Chick is married too. So maybe, and so is Alita. Maybe we'll have a married live stream from your bed. I'll run that across the team. Paula Mayha says, hi everyone. Hello, welcome in. Thank you guys for joining this super random live stream. Hello, Swanky says, bonus live, nice. Yes. Random for those that asked for a Sunday live stream. Here we are. Drinking mimosas, but still a Sunday live stream. Hello, Swanky says, happy Sunday, Beehive. I hope everyone is well. I do as well. We're having a great time here. I hope everyone else is having a great time. We're still not getting connection to this thing. Check your phone. See if that one see if that pops up. Essie says, no spoilers, but Kwame and Chelsea are actually cute together. Okay. Well, we'll get into that one in just a moment. Are you watching the actual show and listening to us live? I would be so distracted. We'll get into Kwame and Chelsea in a moment. It seems like, is anyone a fan of I didn't do studio, so there's no closed captioning. I'm sorry guys that need the closed captioning. I'm on my laptop today, so I did not put everything together in the way that it should be put together. So if you guys need that, I'm very sorry. Mary Malarkey says, these two are adorable, aging myself, but this reminds me of when my late hubby and I watched Mad About You TV show back in the day. In bed, the only sitcom he'd watch with me. Yeah, we were gonna watch the live on Netflix, and it just never came on. So he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna stream because there's people streaming." I was like, "Oh, we can just stream on my StreamYard and we can go to both channels." So then that's what we did, set up the whole display, and now we are here. Must Love Fiction saying, "Hey y'all, hello, welcome into the live stream." Law Nerd Amber says, "Why not stream from a place you're comfy?" Right. But I think it's not as comfortable when you're streaming because like my legs keep getting tired because they're like crisscross applesauce. So I don't know.
She had us do yoga yesterday. So every month, one of us gets to host an event, a date night, and we alternate. And this was her month. So she cooked some food, which the food was so good. I actually want some more. And then she had an activity. The activity that she had was yoga, couples yoga. So we got a pretty good stretch. We had some interesting poses. But overall, it was good. I actually enjoyed it. I gave her a thumbs up. Next month is my month to do the date night. So I already had this kind of planned out about, I would say, 2 months. So we'll see. Maybe she'll like it or maybe she won't. So far, we've been good.
We'll see. We got Tanya D in the house. Welcome into the live stream. Saying, why didn't I get a notification about this live? Dang, YouTube. It was random. I literally just posted it on Twitter and then YouTube community. So I'm happy that you were able to make it in. We were not planning on doing this today. Let's see. Clarissa Williams says the show is not live. They filmed it and it will be up live tonight. But why is it not? That's what I figured they did, is that they streamed it and then told us it was live so we would all sign in on the same time. And then their system just broke down and won't let us all in. That was I think that's what's happening. You
assumed that with Chris Rock's thing, too.
And it was pre-recorded. Yes, it was. Oh, my gosh. It was pre-recorded. They just played it live for it. It was a live release.
So you think they're doing the same thing here?
Yes, I think it's a live release. Because how are they going to have time to edit stuff and make sure, because they only let them talk for like a brief moment.
They just switch camera angles. Like you say something, don't cut that camera off. That, in my opinion, just saying, in my opinion,
you making stuff up. Lambe Bay says, using this as my distraction while I'm at the ER with a broken hand. I am sorry to hear that, but what did you do?
I told him.
I hope you are okay. I hope they can fix it up real good for you so it's not too bad. I was saying get well to Lambe Bay. Oh no. That's sad to hear. Saying thanks. Hella Swanky says to Tanya D, I got a notif, but I didn't say it was live. It made me seem like a regular video, so I didn't click right away. That's why I sent you a heads up on Discord. Oh, y'all be having whole little Discord meetings. Love to hear it.
Discord.
Yes. Lana Amber says, y'all broke my phone with Natalie. Oh, wait. Y'all, I broke my phone while Natalie was streaming, had to move my SIM to an old phone, and I can hear the broken one trying to play the stream.
Well, thank you for still being here.
That's so funny. The broken one's still trying to play the stream. Do you guys watch this show, or is this all just kind of nonsense to you?
Yeah, let us know if you watch the show. Put like a 1 in the chat to let us know that you watch the show. So that way, at least we understand and gauge like who knows who and what's going on.
Hello, Swanky, wishing Tanya D a happy Sunday. Yes, of course. All right. So we covered Jacqueline and Marshall. I feel bad for Marshall. I think he's going to have a lot of contenders now that Jacqueline is no longer in the picture.
Like live contenders?
Yeah, like just people in regular life that's like, Marshall, that's a guy that I want. I think a lot of girls are going to go, even though he seems a little small, that might, preference,
Yep,
but he seems sweet. I don't think her and Josh are a good match either. And I want to say she said in the beginning that she date NBA players. So neither one of them really fall into that category.
Okay, but what type of NBA player? Like first round.
It doesn't matter. I don't know any NBA players that are like below 6 foot, really. So just
you're talking about
physique
the
wise,
okay,
I don't see her dating someone like that. And then also when you think about NBA players, not to say that all of them are like that, but they are kind of known to be players. So she might want to date a player.
NBA player. I said that. That's exactly what I said. She's the girl that likes to get her heart broken. That drama is kind of like what she feels a regular relationship looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be. Did you want to talk about another couple?
Yeah, I'm trying to pull somebody else up.
I have Paul and Micah.
That's who I was about to pull up. Paul and Micah.
Now that is an interesting couple as well.
Okay. You want to go with your opinion?
Absolutely. So my first opinion on Paul. So Paul is 29 years old. He's an environmental scientist. His quote for the show is, "The key to my heart is finding happiness in small things." Yeah. He decided to pick a girl with a big personality, I would say, in my opinion. Who's also in love with Kwame. Secretly in love with Kwame. So I was actually
looking. Micah is in love with Kwame.
Yeah.
Okay, you weren't clear. That's why.
Oh yeah, Micah is in love with Kwame. So Micah is the person that Paul picked, and just to give you a little description on her, she is. Once I get it up.
Now she's doing a biographer of them.
Just kind of giving people some insight. You know, Micah is 27 years old. She's a marketing manager. Her quote for love is, "My worst habit is overthinking and romanticizing." And I think she actually does live by that, because she was in love, secretly in love with Kwame. Whenever there was caught off on the side, she was telling him how much she missed him and wants to be with him. And Kwame kind of like played into that. And never did she go to Paul and tell Paul. Paul was just this quiet guy who was kind of just minding his business. He was actually more interested in Zach and Irina's situation, to where he agreed to like be a decoy and kind of like see if she's gonna cheat on him. And I mean, she did. And verbally did not care. So I think Paul's very quiet, but Micah has a lot of secrets. And I was looking forward to Micah on the reunion, where Paul gets to see how she behaves around Kwame and what she says. And I think that's Chelsea interacts with them as well. So this should be interesting.
Okay, so for Micah, for me, Micah and Paul, I think Paul is another nice guy who he didn't really seem that interested to me. I think he had another interest at the beginning. He ended up dumping her for Micah, and I think he liked Micah, but I don't think he was like in love with Micah, which is basically what they said on Friday's episode. Is basically like, I can't see you being a mother. That part of it I agree with, because I told you, I was like, she seems like the type of girl, and this is just my opinion and me speculating, that when she goes out, she flirts with people. Like, she doesn't seem like a faithful woman. To me, she doesn't seem like a faithful woman. And so when you talk about her conversations with Kwame, I don't think that she liked Kwame. I honestly do not think that she liked Kwame. I think that she knows her family probably wouldn't approve of Kwame, and I really just don't think she was attracted to him. But guess what? He liked her, and he gave her attention. She was more interested in getting on Chelsea's nerves than actually liking Kwame. If you remember, even when they were in the house, that seemed more to be her MO rather than actually forming a relationship with him. So I don't think she liked Kwame. I just think that she was bored,
I guess,
and getting on Chelsea's nerves.
But it still doesn't make it right for the behaviors and the things that were said, right? That, would you say that was disrespectful?
Yes, it is disrespectful. I just said she doesn't seem like a faithful woman. Like, that's just what she's gonna do.
Yeah. I mean, I think with social media and things like that, a lot of men kind of get to see some of the stuff that maybe their uncles and stuff said, because just seeing her, I wouldn't have gotten that personality from her. Mm-hmm. Right? She seemed very innocent, but then as you're watching the show, she's very mischievous. She's like She's doing stuff
messy.
very messy, picky, kind of sneaking around. Didn't really care too much to get caught because she was sitting in the pool, like holding hands with him and just in front of everyone. So she does not really have a respect kind of thing with her. So
that's what I think. I just think she didn't really care about the relationship, to be honest with you. Let me go ahead and pull this bigger. We have some people drop some ones in the chat letting us know that they watch it. Let me see if I'm a little bit behind. Feel free to drop your opinions by the people that we are talking about. We got let's see, we got Bird Boy, a member of the channel that watches the show. Cool. Natalie Smith watches the show. Bless Mama 4 watches the show. And then let's see, we have Rector Laura 13 saying howdy y'all. Hello, welcome into the live stream. Mary Malarkey says couple yoga and clearly a supportive partner. Seems like a key. Yeah, he's a keeper. I've been keeping him for a while, so I don't know.
Except you tried to fire me on the channel.
Just because I keep you don't mean that you have to work here. You can still get fired. Like, what?
So you're just writing me off.
He keeps no calling, no showing, dude. Law Nerd Amber says, I'm here on my laptop to chat watching you on my TV. I only knew you were streaming because I heard your voice from my broke device. That's so funny. I don't know why that's cracking me up, because why is your phone still playing YouTube while it's not working? That's cracking me up.
That's called dedication.
Right. But I am happy that you are here. That's funny. Yeah, so this was just a random live stream. We did not plan this at all. This is supposed to just be we watched the show, but the show never came on. So now we are here.
Making our own show.
Paula Meha says, I haven't LOL. Where were you guys when Queens of R&B was on? That would have been fun too, but nice to see you guys. I don't know if I watched that show. No. I don't think I watched that show.
She got me into these shows.
Yeah, he doesn't like these kind of shows.
I usually watch documentaries and then she likes them and it's like our bonding moment, so.
All right. We got Karen Chris that watches the show. We got Rector Laura giving us a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Yes, guys, if you haven't already, even though this is a random live stream, please do hit the like button. We love to have you here, and we would love to have some more friends here. Even though they probably won't like our normal law content. Hello, Swanky says, by the way, no worries on the captions, Bree. I don't watch the show anyway. I'm just here kicking it while I get some work done. Awesome. Well, we are happy to have you here. I would need some more mimosa.
I'm the mimosa police today, so I got it.
I would need some more mimosa. Thank you very much. All right. Let's see. We are filling up mimosas. We have Mary Malarkey saying Joshua is small. What does that mean? I said Josh and Marshall are small, and I mean like height wise, just because she said that she likes. Oh my gosh, he just like made champagne explode in our room, so that's not a good thing. Oh my gosh. Okay. What I mean by small, I mean height wise, because she said that she dates NBA players, and usually NBA players are taller. So that's what I meant. No shade to the short people. Recovering from a concert shenanigans, Tanya D. You are always at a concert. Like, where are the invites? She just went to a concert. Let's see. We have a Mark B. Dunn says sometimes it's not love you feel, but your gut is just.
What?
It says your gut is just a fart wanting out. All right, we got some chats dropped by Antonio Anthony. That's an interesting name. Thank you for the hearts. Mary Malarkey says, after what Alpha just read / said, Paul, run. She's gonna break your heart. Hey,
That's a song. That's a bar right there.
Mary Malaka says, after what? Oh, I just read that one. It's your poster posting twice. Let's see. We got Monty B says, I don't watch the show, but I have watched Kenny JD's review, and I am living for other creators' takes. Well, thank you. This is, like I said, random, sporadic. We do not have an outline on this, so we are winging it and drinking mimosas. So it's probably gonna get a little crazy a little later on if they don't get the show started, right? Let's see. Leonard Amber says, I think because I dropped it and broke the screen while Natalie was on and it's stuck on YouTube, just black on the screen. I'm surprised your battery is that long because Natalie was streaming at like 2:30 or 2:30 my time, and it's 5 or 6:50. So you have a good battery. At least your battery's good.
Yeah, there's some good battery. That's that Nextel.
Let's see. Leonard Amber says, I'm glad YouTube's algorithm. Look how she spelled it. That's funny. Knows who I want to watch next. Yes, I'm glad they do know that. I'm glad you're here. Although you have to watch on the TV, but that's okay. Let's see here. I want to pull up another couple. So Jacqueline and you want to go to Kwame? I think I want to go to Brett and Tiffany because they're kind of boring. Okay.
So I'll introduce Tiffany first.
Okay. Go ahead.
So Tiffany is 37 years old. She's a client lead recruiter. Her quote for love is, "It's hard meeting men in public. I need help!" Exclamation mark. Interesting. My impression of Tiffany from the pods was bad. They had a Casamigo bottle, and I literally, for some reason, I paid attention to the bottle. She drank close to half of that bottle and passed out on the couch while this man was like telling her a story that he found very important to him, and she was like passed out sleeping. He eventually leaves, and then her friend had to come in and wake her up, and she's like, oh no. But for some reason, she still stuck with him. He still picked her. And so far in the show, no problem. She seems pretty fine. She seems very happy. She's excited to be with him. There are some major differences based on kind of like where he's in life and where she's at. Spending wise, she's not frugal. I mean, she is frugal. She thinks he's very on frugal. That should be interesting in their relationship financially. But overall, she seems very happy. She seems very kind. Her family seems very nice. Brett, on the other hand, who is her chosen fiance. Brett is 36 years old. He's a design director at Nike. His quote for love is, "My ideal woman is successful, independent, and fearless." So just reading that, I kind of could gauge as a guy where he's headed. So he's looking for a woman that works. Okay, there's nothing in there that says you're not gonna work. So he's looking for a woman that's kind of independent, has her own, and she's working and doing stuff. He's very quiet. I thought he was bigger and taller than he was till they put him around other people, and he's very small. But nice guy, takes care of himself. He likes to tell his story about his struggle. I feel like he overshares that sometimes. But overall, he's a super nice guy. I didn't see any problem with him. He seems very quiet, kind of very reserved to himself. One thing that stood out to me was that his brother, Angus, does not like him. Not a fan. He does not even talk. He's just there staring at him.
Maybe he's just shy.
Okay. But overall, seems like a really nice guy. And I think he's a good match for her, especially she's ready to settle down. And I think she said that she wants to create a family, right?
Yes.
So I think he's the perfect guy.
Yes. So I like them. I think they were a good couple from the beginning. Albert really thinks that she drunk this bottle, but I really think that those bottles were like props. Like different people had different things in there. So I think that those are just setups and props. And maybe she's not the only one that drank it. Now, it was a little messed up that she fell asleep, and all of her friends vouched for her and said she can fall asleep anywhere. So maybe she just likes going to sleep on the phone with the person that she's dating. I don't know. Little messed up, but it is what it is. After that, they seem to have a pretty good relationship. They had literally no issues, no fights. The biggest issue was her feeling scared about getting married so quickly, which I think is good. But yeah, they had no issues. I think they are the number one couple from the season as far as compatibility goes. He definitely does not talk as much as I thought he would. He just seems like more of a guy that likes to be in the present. And I would say kind of like my dad, but if you say something about my dad, you know he likes to talk, but that's because you are a man that he's trying to connect with. But if it's like a situation where it's like everyone around, he'll just kind of watch versus like having a conversation with people. But yeah, my dad is a talker, but there's times when he's not a talker, and that's what what's his name? Brett reminds me of. Like, he doesn't need to be the center of attention. He's very humble. Even when she confronted him about like the price that he pays for a bag, which was like $1,500 for luggage, which I don't think is bad.
Well,
versus the price I was thinking. Because if you talk about you talk about the Louis Vuitton duffel bag, you looking at $2,000. So when he said $1,500,
$500 off for you.
Yeah, that's not bad. I'm thinking he had a Louis Vuitton bag, or maybe he bought it a long time ago, but those last a long time. So I don't think he spends a lot of money like she tries to make it seem like he does.
Well, I don't think she has available money. That's her whole thing, because she even has a roommate, and just kind of where she's at and versus where he's at. So it's a different view. That's what I was highlighting at. In regards to your dad, maybe I'm just someone that he really likes, but he can talk to me without me talking at all. He don't take a breath. He can go on and on. So, but he's a very nice guy, very honest guy, and I like that from him. He's able to be vulnerable around you. So I appreciate that.
Oh yeah. You like the vulnerability.
Yeah, that honesty.
Tell us, like he says, next tale is a throwback, commenting on Alpha, what you said. That's right. How was it? The concert? Yes, Tanya D. How was it? Come back to the chat. We want to know. Where did you go? What did you listen to? Did you get turned up? Mama B says, stopping by to say hi. This is a fun one tonight, but I have to put the kiddos to bed. I'll catch up later. Well, awesome. I'm glad you were able to stop by. Like I said earlier, this is completely random. I'm just not understanding why Netflix won't let me watch this show, because I am in America. Okay, and they keep telling me that it's not available in my country.
They say, pardon that interruption. Oh,
but someone says they're watching in Colorado. It's loading right now. Let's see. Oh, you guys can see it.
I saw a comment. Click on the comments, and I wanted to touch base. Go ahead on the one that said, based on what Alpha is saying, Tiffany's a hard pass.
Tiffany?
Yeah, I agree with them.
Because she don't got no money?
No, it's not because she doesn't have any money. Her quote for love is a red flag.
She can't find anyone? Let
me read that again. Her love quote is, it's hard meeting men in public. I need help. She's 37 years old.
Shit.
Okay, go ahead. Let me hear your reason.
I think she's an acquired taste. But at the same time, I understand what she's saying, because it is hard to meet people in public. We didn't meet in public. But so how good was your dating in public, meeting women in public before you met me?
Okay, so the way we met was very unique. But when I met you, I thought you were cool. I didn't, think you had a problem with communicating. You were able to talk to me.
Yeah.
That quote reads, I don't even she's probably going to be in on the first date not talking. It takes a while. No one wants to do that.
I don't think that she doesn't talk. I think probably the people that she hang around does not put her in the position. Why am I drinking with two hands? I'm like watching myself on the TV. I think the people that she hangs around puts her in a difficult position to find men that she would probably like. Not to call out like race or anything, but she is a black woman that had a lot of white friends and she ended up getting with a black man. So in my opinion, if black men are her preference, she may not go to areas where black men congregate. So and then a lot of times,
okay,
even though she is probably more in the conventional attractiveness of black women, a lot of people do not go after black women, especially like in public. Like even if she's the most attractive woman in their group, they may choose to go after someone else because black women kind of have this this view of people thinking that, you know, they're more aggressive, you know, things like that. So maybe it's a situation like that when she goes out with her friends, they're either not in the right place to meet the kind of guy she likes, or the kind of guy that she likes prefers her friends over her. Or she might just be awkward because she is 37 and a lot of men are not looking for first time marriage for women that's over 30, really.
I mean, you highlighted some struggles that I'm like, wow, that's tough.
It's a tough position to be in. So,
but as a guy, I don't even think we think like that. As a guy, like you'll go out with your friends, you'll see him get turned down by 3 girls, and you're just like, it's a bad night, and just keep it pushing.
Yeah, well, I guess, but maybe people don't even approach her, because even for me, before, like when I was single, people didn't approach me, and I tend to think I'm attractive. I may not be that attractive on YouTube, but when I go out, I think I put myself together very well, and I think I'm attractive. And men never, I could probably count on my hand how many times men have approached me, but they approach my friends who are not black because maybe I got a mean face. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I've been told that I have a mean face.
But me being with you, I feel like you're beautiful. Like you compliment me when we go out. You know, we went out on Friday, and although I was joking with you at the bar, I'm looking over. I'm like, oh, she's beautiful. Like, what's up? Okay. You know, so I would have bought you a drink, asked for a dance, you know, and I would have sacrificed myself to get that turn down in case it happened. I'd been like, at least I tried.
I would say, to me, I feel like she's just not in the right area to where people would approach her.
Yeah, and I think also her presentation for herself, just as a black man, I think she's not herself in a sense.
Yeah,
you pointed out her friend group and just her appearance that she puts on. I think for a guy that's going for a black girl, she's not putting herself in that. She's like almost trying to be
more
transracial, and it's like, no, just be yourself. And you know, I think for a guy, if you can be beautiful and appreciate who you are, that stands out. Like, you know, some dudes are like, I don't like big girl, but if you got a girl that's like, she's confident on who she is and puts herself like out there, like, yeah, I'm beautiful. That actually, we can see that, like, oh, she's confident, and that's a whole different type of attraction.
Yeah, I think it's also not saying. I feel like sometimes you have different friends for different things. Like you wouldn't go to a club with one friend. You wouldn't go to that. You wouldn't go to like a conference with a certain friend, but you would go to the club with them or something like that. And so maybe she needs to kind of mix it up a little bit, or even like tell her friends to go somewhere she will. This is all just speculation. I don't know if that's her issue. She might be a weirdo. I don't know, but she seems like a nice girl to me, and it almost seems like she doesn't have a lot of dating experience, and I kind of feel for her because, like I said, I know people in that position, and I've been in that position, just depending on where I live. When I lived in Louisiana at a HBCU as a black girl, yes, people liked me. But when I went to San Diego and was just out there in San Diego, no one liked me. So I definitely understand where she's coming from, and depending where they live, she may just be in an area where people that she's their type just they're not there.
They're not there. I mean, but that's a lot of area.
And hence why she went on Love is Blind, because they can't see what she looked like.
Yeah.
And to me, she doesn't sound like a.
And that's why I think she stood out with Brett, because it was like she was serious and she really wanted to meet someone. Mm-hmm. And I think he did too. He mostly wanted someone to accept him for his path. He's cool. Like, I'm not gonna hype him up. Her, I feel like this is kind of like her last straw. After this, she's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I like them together though. I'm glad they both went on the show. I think they're a really good match.
Yeah, definitely. Because even their family, I think, as a guy, like for me, even being with you, a big part of the defining relationship was your family. Because I want to see the type of home that you came in to see, because at this age, you're not very moldable. So I can't really change things about you. You're kind of your own person.
Come on, age.
So I want to know all the tradition and all the ideations, all of the stuff that you have, all the experiences has created you to be that person that you are. Who are you at that point? And so kind of meeting your family, meeting your dad, knowing like he's a good guy and knowing he's an honest and fair guy, I understood like, hey, you know what? He's telling his daughter these things and he's being realistic. He's not going to lie to her and create these fantasies, and then meeting your mom and okay, she's a strong woman. Okay, I can see where she gets that little pushy side. Mom's like, no. Yeah, you got your mom pressed.
All right, let's go. Next question. The mimosa going hard at this point. Let's go. Tanya D says, my bad. I'm just watching on my TV while I work on my social media postings. Okay, with the social media postings, I need to do that. We still want to know how the concert went. Bird Boy says, I'm in Indiana and the show isn't loading here either. They hate us. I don't know what's going on. Hello Swanky says, Bree, are you using a VSPN or VPN? Why I call it a VSPN? No, I'm not. I see like a lot of YouTubers doing like sponsorships with VPNs, and I don't have one. Not that I don't have a sponsor. Well, I don't have a sponsorship either, and I also don't have a VPN. So, do you have a VPN?
No, but it's not too hard to get a VPN.
It costs money though. I don't want to buy that.
I'm doing all the subscription in this house right now.
Well, it sounds like we need a VPN.
You're gonna have to give me a good reason.
We can watch the Netflix show and just put that we're in Canada. We lost Essie. She was watching it in Canada. Lorna Amber says, this is funny as heck. You're describing me. I have such a trouble making small talk and just make things overly awkward. I don't remember what we were talking about. Ellison says, yep, Bree is right. Stats show Black women and Asian men are the least sought after when it comes to dating, and Black women they date exclusively within their race more than other demographics. And I thought that she was, like I said, she falls more into the conventionally attractive, probably more because of her skin tone. I thought that she was interracial. It turns out both of her parents are Black. So, and her parents are married. So it's not like she's a woman that just,
comes from broken home. That part with the parents being married stands out as a guy. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it does. It does. We are way behind in the chat now. Tiny saying, "Oh, we got real distracted on that comment from Mary." Hello, Swanky says, "Yes, Bree, I share the same sentiments. Yeah, it depends on where you are, depending on who's going to be attracted. And I think you can say the same thing
for me.
Yeah, you say you like Black women, but you couldn't find none, right?
Yeah, but But at the end of the day, I didn't have the troubles you guys said. Or maybe as a guy, I just never noticed." First of all, I always told her, see the blooper over there? I always told her that for me, I never went out my way. Like, I was never the guy that had like a pickup line. You came to me, cool. That was it. There was never me really going out of my way. So I reduced my rejection rate by a lot. You came to me, you can't reject me at this point.
Not reducing your rejection rate. Let's move on. CRTN Multimedia and Production says this is giving heavy man and wife vibes with the whole setup. Y'all remember that show, Love in the Conversation? I don't know that show. Do you know that show?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's definitely something different. Mary Malaki says fighting/yelling with your partner should never happen. Once you raise your voice is any discussion, know that your partner stopped listening. Hey, that's probably true. It's probably true. Bird Boy says you two are so cute. Thank you so much. Let's see. Mary Malarkey says, Alpha, you added more than that. Share the rest. As far as the Tiffany stuff. Oh, you said something. What did you say? Oh, she went to sleep while drunk.
Yeah, no.
I don't think she was drunk.
Look, that rubbed me off the wrong way. I thought that was deal breaker for me, and I thought it would have been for him because I was like, that was a red flag. I was like, does she always do that?
Man, I was like, let's cover them because they boring, but that's what sparked the discussion. Let's see. Hello, Swanky says, if I exclusively dated men within my race, I'd be screwed. Black men approach me less than any other demographic by far, so I could see what you mean for sure. Yeah, like I said, I think I'm attractive, but
I think you're very beautiful.
Yeah, well,
I'd buy you a drink.
You would buy me a drink?
I'd ask you on a date.
Would you?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. I think also for guys, I think maturity kind of plays a big part. So if you're going to places where it's younger guys, they're more impressionable by their friends compared to like the age that I'm in. I feel like very individualized. Like I know who I am. I know what I want. So if I go out and I see a woman like you, I'm like, that's what I want. Let me go see everything about her. And then you start talking and it's like, oh, this is amazing. I need to get a second date. So it's different than if you had made me at 21. I don't even think at 21 I can't tell you what my focus was. I think I was just young. So it's different, you know.
Okay. Well, Tanya D went to New Edition again. Good. A lot of my fellow New Edition for lifers came from out of town. We met Ronnie DeVoe down at the Arch. Then had tornado sirens before the show. Oh no. So I talked about this last time Tanya D went to see New Edition. Would you go to see New Edition with me? First of all, do you know who New Edition is?
No.
All right. So I'm going to go with no, he would not go to see New Edition with me, but I hope you guys had a good time. But Alpha probably, it's old school R&B boy band music that you probably heard on my playlist, but you probably don't know the song.
I tell her anything from like 2003 and below, you got to count me out. You got to go 2003 and above.
Shame. No, they were like making music when our parents were our age. So,
definitely, I don't think my parents are listening to that in Africa.
Probably not. Hello, Swanky says she does sound like a prime candidate for blind dating show. Although, would I want to date someone who wouldn't normally approach me if they saw me on the street? Hey, but we've seen situations, or we've seen one situation, that Brazilian one, where he saw the girl and he didn't like her anymore. And we never seen them again. Like, they never told us what happened or anything. They just did not make it further on the show. So I definitely get you on that one.
The other girl tried to save him, and she was like trying to really talk him out of picking her. And he said no. He fell in love with the boy.
With Irina and Zach.
Yeah, but that girl on the Brazilian lied. The guy lied. He said, I don't care what she looks like. All I care about is. And then he saw her and was like, nope.
And for you guys that didn't watch that one, she was a heavier set girl. And he didn't want her after he saw her. Hello Swinky says, oh, Alpha, careful. That's what groomers say. To mold. Okay, that's what I said that too. Pretty sure that's not what you meant, LOL.
I meant like at a certain age. Setting your ways. Yeah, you're setting your ways. So you're not, certain things you're like, this is what I do.
Yeah.
Like I know for me at lunchtime, I'm going to the gym. That's what I do. So, when you see me during my lunch, that's what I do. I like to be in shape, fitness, and that's it. So that's what I meant.
Okay, we got you. Elise Lynch, welcome into the live stream. Saying WinScribe has a free version of VPN. I don't don't even know what VPNs do though.
Really
they
know.
tell me all the time in the sponsorships, but it's like, do I need it?
Whenever I stream movies, they ask about VPN.
And I was like, he says, we def gotta get you a VPN and VPN sponsorship, LOL. It's pretty affordable, like a couple $dollars a month. So worth it. Oh my God, just everything costs money. Lambe Bay says, I'm back, got a cast and some of the good medicine, feeling pretty good. Okay, with the good medicine, we got some good champagne. I don't know if it's the same as the medicine, but it feels good. Glad to hear that you're doing okay. Leonard Amber says, glad to hear it, Lambe Bay. The rest part is hardest because you always want to be moving and doing something, right? Tiny D says the show was sold out and everyone showed up eventually. My guy's energy was on 1,000. Okay. As in the performers or like your guy's boyfriend? I don't know. I might be reading into that. Tiny D, you got a boyfriend? No. Just messing. All right. Glad you're feeling better to Lambe Bay. Okay, everybody's saying good that you're doing better. Lambe Bay says, thank you. Luckily, it wasn't the dominant hand, so at least that's good. Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't the dominant hand too. I don't know what I would do if I had to use my left hand for stuff.
I broken my dominant hand. I broke my knuckle and had to learn how to write with my left. I've actually broken it twice. I tore my ligament. Or I actually broke my arm to the side completely. They had to fix that, and I broke my knuckle. So I can relate.
One thing God says, I'm glad I'm not a boy and I don't get into that kind of stuff. All right, Lambe Bay is gonna sleep like a baby tonight. I hope so. I hope you forget about the pain if there is any pain.
Oh yeah.
Also, he says, "Oh my Lord, these two got me feeling ancient." Are you? I really thought it was when he was around the same age as me, but maybe not.
Okay, so my thing with that is I came to United States on 2003. Mm-hmm. So back home in Africa, I didn't really like listen to a lot of the cultural stuff that I know now is because when I came here.
Yeah.
And then so a lot of the stuff starts from 2003. If you quote stuff in like 2002, I don't know. I don't.
Diane D says, Alpha Funny, you count me out because New Edition had a song with that name. He wouldn't go. Let's see. Hello Sunky says, see, nah, I would be worried that would be me and the person doesn't actually find me attractive. I don't want to have to grow on my partner. LOL. I feel you on that. You need to have a little attraction going on there.
Yep.
Not gonna work out. Leonard Amber agrees.
I told her when I met her, I said, you were exactly who I wanted. She still doesn't believe me in that, but I think she doesn't understand what I meant.
Yeah.
You check off a lot of my boxes that I had.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was like it says VPNs allow you to do anything on the internet from anywhere privately. Yes, I know that's one of the aspects, and that's probably why I want it, but I know it also has some other benefits to it too. Let's see, that's the girl. Alicia G, hello, welcome back to the live stream, saying I am so late but made it, dropping the emojis for the members. The thing about it is this was not planned, so you are not late. No. Don't worry about it. You're good to Alicia, just chatting it up. Yep, that's all we're doing because Netflix has failed us. Netflix has failed us. Bree says, would you buy me a drink? Alpha replies with, I'd ask you out on a date. Putting it out there, but I'm 64. That's all I need to hear. Just saying. Okay, look at you. You got some game.
Yeah, because I want to get to know you outside of the setting. I want to hear what you're saying. I want to know who you are. You already have my interest. Like, who are you?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I think I'll get to know you more.
Let's hear it. Alpha got some game. Let's go. I didn't think he had no game, but here he is. Here he is gaming it up. I love how you're like mad relaxed.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I'm right. I have the phone, chip. I'm just here.
Hello Sony says, no, ma'am. I get mistaken for a high schooler still all the time, but I'm a millennial who graduated from UNIV in 09, university in 09. Just a year earlier than I was supposed to, so you can probably guess my age. Yeah, I could probably guess your age. You probably got like I would say you're still in the same bracket because I'm technically a millennial. I never really tell people how old I am on here, but they call me. I consider myself a millennial, but people would consider me a millennial Gen Z cusp.
I don't know what that is.
Because like my sister graduated high school. Oh, I guess no. You probably got like 10 years on me.
I was thinking that, but I still don't even know what that term.
So I feel like that's still within the same age.
I would have just said my age. All right.
Yeah, I'd probably say like no, I wouldn't even say 10 years. I would say 7 to 9, but I don't want to get that close to 10. I would say 7 to 8 years you probably got on me. So I would still consider that in the same.
Yeah, that's still young.
Yeah, that is young.
That's, I think, based on nursing, I think it's from 55 or 65. It's considered young old. So you're not even there yet. So you're
She's
still
in her 30s.
young.
She would have to be in her 30s.
Still young.
Yeah. Let's see. R1 Edit says love from Indy or yep.
India. Oh wow.
No, Indy. Is it India or
love from India?
Oh, mine has like in on IN on.
Oh no. Well, I'm actually on
welcome in.
On YouTube reading the comments too.
Alicia G says thanks with the hearts. Yes, of course. Glad to see you here. Tanya D saying welcome to R1 Edits. Yes. Oh yeah. If you're on the iPhone, which a lot of my subscribers have let me know that they are Android users, so they probably don't have this feature. No shade, y'all. No shade. But you can do like the likes on Instagram. Mm-hmm, if you're on the iPhone. Alicia G says, what happened to this Tuesday? Did I miss that? We did stream on Tuesday. We definitely streamed on Tuesday. Could I tell you what we streamed about? No, I don't remember. What did we stream about on Tuesday? I feel like it was a food case. It was a Chipotle case. Yeah, we streamed about Chipotle on Tuesday. Teresa Burfoot says, years ago, my cousin and aunt went to Hootie and Blowfish concert. Not knowing who they won tickets, walked out of the concert as fans, so don't knock it till you know about New Edition. I have no idea what that group is. The Hootie and Blowfish, no idea what that is, but New Edition is great. I think you will like it. No, you probably won't. He likes rap music, so.
Wow, way to give me away.
Yeah, music is universal, says Tanya D. And then also he says, yeah, I have more than 10 years on Ubreen Plus. Oh, dang. Well, maybe I can't count.
It might be the mimosas.
No, you can't have 10 years. Did you go straight to university? That would be the next question that I would need to answer to. It can't be 10 years if you graduated in 09 of university. It has to be about 8 years.
Are you saying the math is not mathing?
The math is not mathing. Okay. And you graduated a year earlier, I would say probably 7 to 8 years. That's what I'm going with, unless you didn't go straight through university. Like from high school straight to university. I know how to count. Like, I know y'all people think lawyers can't count and we don't know math.
Do you guys see why I don't argue with her?
Big numbers, maybe not.
You see that?
But
now
like
she's
small
going
numbers,
in
I
deep.
can count. Small
right
numbers,
here.
I can count. Don't worry. It's the mimosa.
It is still not working. I just tried on my.
Oh dang! I'm trying to refresh it. No, it's still gonna show us Nick Lachey and his wife. All right. So I thought Brett and Tiffany was gonna be boring, but apparently a lot of people had a lot to say. Oh no, what just happened? A lot to say about them.
Ooh.
Shall we do Zach and Irina then? Okay, let's go Zach and Irina. Zach and Irina, not Bliss.
So who do you want me to introduce first, Zach or
Irina? Because we're going to get rid of her quickly.
Okay. All right, guys. I'm just picking up their bio. I'm actually going off their page. Jeez, they had a lot of people casted. All
I
right.
don't have no pictures with them.
So Irina is 26 years old. She's a business owner. We actually looked into this one. She does like event planning and stuff like that and hosting. That's what she does for her business. Her love quote it says, "I'd tell my future partner, buckle up for the emotional roller coaster of your life." I didn't even realize that.
I cannot find a picture of her, but yeah, that explains a lot.
So that quote actually she played it out. Irina to me was just rude. She was mean and messy and unfaithful and just she was just bad. She was like a little kid that just liked doing bad stuff. And I think it came from like her self-confidence about herself. She had a lot of negative things that she said she had to deal with. So I think the way she found to combat that was being mean to other people. So that way they, wouldn't focus too much on her flaws. But she was bad. She was trying to talk to Paul.
After?
And then lied to Micah about it a little bit. But she was very interested in Paul. So I was looking forward to the reunion because of that, because then you could see what they said. She was attracted to Paul. She was not attracted to Zach. I felt like she played Zach to be on the show because she knew he was just so impressionable. So she literally said she liked him and this and that. She met him. She didn't even want to kiss him and just all literally treated him like a side dude from like not even a side dude, a friend zone dude.
She immediately friend zoned him.
Oh, it was bad. So I'm glad she didn't last that long on the show.
I'm trying to pull up a picture of her, but I can't find her.
Good. I'm glad they didn't
They did not make her into a good character.
Good. So after introducing her, I'm going to introduce the guy she matched with, whose name is Zach. He's 31 years old. He's a criminal defense attorney. Maybe you guys can get him on the channel. Mm-hmm. Zach's word for love is, the key to my heart is streak and a thoughtful gesture.
Streak like what? Like naked running down the street?
Streak, just, I don't know.
That's a steak.
Oh. Let me read that again.
That steak that he put in the water and it went bad because he put the steak in the water.
Okay, let me read that again. The key to my heart is steak and a thoughtful gesture. So yeah, speaking on the steak that he made, he cannot cook. Do not let him cook for you ever. Terrible.
I don't know if he can't cook, but he did.
No, he couldn't cook. I saw the other meat, like all the other stuff he had was not good.
I can't find a picture on either one of. Here, this one's maybe.
That's
him.
That's Zach.
I don't see her.
They're gonna show you a picture of Zach. My impression of Zach was he was very corny. I don't think I would like pick Zach as my wingman. He's just weird. He stares at you in the eye with like a weird look, or like. This is so weird.
He was staring people deeply in the eye.
Like I would feel uncomfortable as a guy if he was looking at me. So I could only imagine what women feel like. Like he gets a deep gaze and it's like he's looking for your reaction. He tells everyone his story about his mom being a stripper. And he came
I feel so bad for his mom.
Yeah, right. Everyone didn't need to know that. That's like, you could have kept that in the family. But he wants people to feel bad for him. I thought he didn't like the girl he ended up with because he felt she had her family stuff together. So he picked Irene because she was like not really sharing anything. She didn't really she really didn't share anything. So he felt, oh, maybe she won't say anything negative. She won't get to really know the real me. She won't judge me in any way, because he did highlight about not being judged. And so he went with her, And the first thing she did when she met him was judge him. Exactly like that. But he ended up being with a different woman. And I feel bad for her. I wouldn't want to be in her position. But he's a weird guy, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't know if I would call him a good guy because he didn't really pick the girl that was good for him. He let her settle.
All right. You
go for it.
Okay. Irina, messy. That's all she is messy. She was on the show to be messy, and that's all she did was be messy. She's a young girl. I mean, I guess 26 years old. She has a business. Not seeming like a very lucrative business in my opinion, but you know how the young folks do.
Young folks like you.
The young folks do saying they got a business, right? I think she came on there for social media exposure. I think the only reason, just like Micah, why she was on there was to be messy and to piss Bliss off. That's the only reason why I think that she went after Zach. I don't think that she liked him. I didn't even think Zach was going to have any matches. When he said Irina was one of his matches, I was very shocked. Bliss tried to warn him that she was messy. He did not want to listen because he wanted a young girl that he probably felt like he can get whatever out of. He thought that she was going to be more accepting of him. Yep. Calling his mom a stripper, and the reason why I say I feel bad for his mom is because his mom passed away. And when he got on the show, he was telling everyone he was a stripper.
He did.
Yeah, he told everyone on the show he was a stripper. To see if
he was going to get judged.
To see if he was going to get judged, and then he wanted people to feel sorry for him because his mom was a stripper. It's like, what?
He can't even look at his own current accomplishment. Sorry to interrupt you.
Right. And so even with Zach, I think he was a little slow, in my opinion, as far as picking who liked him. I don't think he gets very much attention. Which is probably why you're on Love is Blind, because you don't want somebody to look at you and be weirded out, i.e. Irina being like, why do you keep staring at me like that? And Bliss accepting the staring. Two different women, right? On his birthday, Irina did not get him anything.
Oh, I forgot about that.
He did not get her. She did not get him anything.
She tried to buy.
No, listen. Bliss baked them cupcakes, and Irina went to Bliss and said, "Can I have one of your candles?" What are you going to do with the candle? What are you going to do with the candle?
Maybe make her own cupcake?
No. You want one candle from Bliss. She was on that show to piss her off. She was just messy. And when she got picked, she was probably surprised. And I think it's kind of like when Trump got elected as president. He was surprised. I don't think he was that happy. I think he was shocked that he made it as the president. That's what I feel like happened to Irina. She did not think she was going to get picked, and then she got picked, and then she had to kind of put on the show. And Bliss tried, like I said, Bliss tried to warn Zach that she was a messy girl and a very immature girl. He didn't want to listen because he probably felt like Bliss was too good to be true for him, which in my opinion, she is. Zach, I don't know. I just feel like he doesn't get that much attention.
No.
I feel like he doesn't get that much
Zach
attention.
is not getting picked. And the fact he had two girls fighting, that was a one-time thing.
I think Bliss is too good for him. That's just my opinion. But we've been kind of chatting for a while, so I'm going to jump into the chat and see what the chat has to say. We've been going hard for a moment here. Let's see. I think we're far back in the chat. So, all right, I think we've seen that one. Let's see. Tell us Swanky thinks she has more than 10 years on me. I don't think so.
I saw her age.
Oh, she commented?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lady Autumn Sky says, just notice you're live. Hi, hello, welcome in. Random live. It's all right. Tanya D says to Lady Autumn, let me actually make my screen bigger because y'all know I cannot see. And I'm on the laptop, so it's a little harder. It's saying Lady Autumn Sky waving the pink hand. Welcome in. Thank you. Hello Smoky says, I'm 36. I think so. Maybe you're older than I thought. Yeah, I'm probably older than you thought because my math be mathing. My math be mathing. I'm not going to tell you the exact years, but my math definitely math. It definitely math. Okay? and I actually I was a little younger in high school and in college because of my birthday. So
she didn't want to wait. Jumped into my
so if I was like regular age, then I would have been spot on with the first number, but I was definitely within that range I gave you. I'll let you run with that.
She did not let me
I'm
have
almost
my
30.
year.
I am almost 30. I'll give them that.
I'm almost 30.
So we're both almost 30. If that makes sense, it makes sense. Oh, so he says, nope, I'm 35. Oh, math all the way math. Math all the way math. I knew it. Okay. I would still say that's the same range. Not exactly the same, but I think that's the same range.
Got the same problems.
Tanya D says, make sure you like the video. The Bree Hive appreciates your support. Yes, of course. If you have not already, please do hit the like button. Even though we're out here talking the malarkey, we are here. Okay, let's see. Lady Autumn Sky says, oh, thanks for the reminder. Yes, to hit the like button, of course. I don't even have my studio pulled up today, so I can't even tell you where we're at right now.
I could, well.
You have to refresh it to do it. Mary Malarkey says, my boys were born in 1990 and 1992, so what are they? They would be considered millennials still. They would be considered millennials still. Oh, you're trying to figure it out. Maybe on the membership stream. On the membership stream, which is going to be next weekend, it's looking like it's going to be on Saturday. I am going to be giving out membership, so that will probably be one of my questions. How old am I? Another one, if y'all want to study up, it's probably going to be like, what is my fiance's name? We're going to do like little trivia throughout the members live stream to get to do memberships giveaways. Let's see. Tanya D says they're considered millennials, born between 91 and 96. Yep, definitely considered millennials. Mary says, Bree, you streamed about Chipotle and educated me on the definition, not the brand of Chipotle. Yeah, I remember that. Because I didn't know Chipotle was a flavor until after Chipotle restaurant. Did you?
No, 50-50. I feel like I kind of, like if that was a test question, I could have picked that one.
As it being like a flavor?
A flavor.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was just a restaurant name, but it's actually a flavor. And a restaurant name, I guess. Bergway says he's not a good guy if he tells the world his mom was a stripper. Like, she was paying money, like, to put food on the table for you.
Right.
Like, he just selling everyone. My mom was a stripper.
Everybody.
Feel bad for me. Like, feel bad for me.
I kind of put him and Brett a little bit because Brett kept telling about his struggles.
What was Brett's struggle?
That he didn't have no money. He was couch surfing and he was like having problems because he didn't feel like any woman would have had him in the condition that he was in. I was like, yeah, even as a guy, like you would take a step back. Like you got some stuff you had to figure out. You know, it made you stronger, but like, geez.
Mm-hmm. I didn't really pay attention to his struggle. Mary is thanking Tanya for the millennial definition. Tanya B says, thank you for stopping by. Good night to Lady Autumn Sky. Yes, good night. Thank you for stopping by. I didn't know she popped out. Tanya D says, depending where you look, the dates vary by a year or two, but they definitely millennials. Yeah, that's why I said people technically say now that I'm a millennial Gen Z cusp, but I think I'm a millennial. I don't relate to Gen Z at all. They be on some other stuff.
Okay.
Mary Malaki says, Bree and Alpha, your show just came on live in Chicago. Oh, is it live? Thank you for letting us know.
It's not on ours.
It's not over here in California.
It's the East Coast. It's like
that's Midwest. So it's making its way downtown, walking fast.
You're about to say.
Yeah, it's making its way over to us, but right now it hasn't made it. But thank you so much for the super chat. I definitely appreciate it with all our nonsense. Lana Amber says, moms who are dancers are providing for their kids. If he's whining about that, oof. Yes, exactly. I would agree with you. I would definitely agree with you. She's trying to put money on, or she's trying to put food on the table. And the thing is, she's passed away. She's not even alive anymore. And he's out here like making that his story. Right. I think that's messed up.
As a way for people to know her. I was like, you can paint her in a better image.
Mm-hmm. You know? My mom worked hard to make sure I had everything that I needed.
Right.
You don't have to tell everyone
that, I was able to go to law school and like have a job to sustain myself.
It's almost like he was embarrassed by it, so he wants other people to judge him for it.
Exactly. He would have judged his mom.
Yeah. Summer Butterfly in the house. Welcome in. Nice to see you.
My party hands.
I know. I told them that I'm gonna get the soundboard to start doing a little sound. Let's see. Tazena Burfoot says 52 likes so far. Thank you so much for updating us. If you guys have not hit the like button, please do so. It definitely helps out the stream.
I checked my channel. I have only one person on the stream.
That's okay.
My stuff is completely different, so I can understand.
I'm streaming to Alpha's channel as well. He is on YouTube as Merce Alpha. So if you guys have the time, go hit the like button on his live stream. It is a different topic, so maybe that's why people aren't jumping in. And this is a different topic for me, so we really just have our friends here, which is cool. I love our friends. So that's probably why, because when I streamed with Natalie, everyone was watching from her channel. So it just depends on what's going on. It's a new feature, so maybe it'll do a little better, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Lola Waterton says, I'm excited for next Sunday. I hope to see you live next Sunday. Hopefully Alpha will show up to work. Or next Saturday, sorry. Hopefully he'll show up to work.
Show up to work is wild.
Listen, Howard, have not seen you for a while, making comments saying sorry late. Her trying to love was guilty. Yes, glitchy. Sorry, I said guilty. Glitchy. Yes, they are not. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with Netflix, but they are not pulling us up. Or it hasn't made it to California yet. Sounds like it's made it to Colorado, Canada, Chicago, just not here in California for us yet. Mm-hmm. Nissa Howard says, I mean, the live, yes, it is. It's acting up for sure. Let's see. Lola Waterton says to Nissa Howard, glad you are here now. It's a chill stream. You haven't missed anything important. Jeez. Are our opinions not important? No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, we're just chatting. We haven't watched any of the show. I'm glad we did this though, because we would probably be like, why it's not working? Right. And just waiting for it.
Made our own show.
Good to see you. Tanissa Howard says Tanya D. Nissa Howard says, I mean, the Live for Love is Blind. Saw an article about it. Yeah, they're not coming on yet. Tanya D says to drop your link to Alpha for your live stream. Yes. Oh, that's for his channel. So you guys can hit the like button and subscribe to him. He talks about nurse content. Let me pull that back up. Yeah,
I have some nursing intervention and some care plans on there. So if you're trying to save some lives or you're interested on what your nurse should be doing, you can check my content out. Mm-hmm. It's more educational to say.
You don't think my channel is educational?
Oh boy.
I think my channel is educational.
I think yours, for your field, it is very educational. Mine is just like straight, complication of general anesthesia. So it's completely different. I'm breaking down the signs and symptoms, the nursing interventions, what you should be monitoring, the labs you should have ordered, and kind of like maybe a care plan that you would compose. So it's different. You know, I'm trying to save someone's life here.
All right. Well, that is where Alpha's channel is. Do not leave and not come back. Just go say hi. Come back. Or you can watch live on his channel too. I can still see your comments if you're over there. Give him some traction there. Mr. Howard says, sorry, Bree, been sucked into Disney's Dreamlight Valley. So addictive. Oh, I don't think I've heard of that. I'm going to have to look it up. Have you heard of that? Mm-mm. Well, that's okay. We are happy to have you here today.
Welcome.
Mary Malaki says, I don't know what my nurse is. A nurse is a male nurse.
Oh, yeah. So a nurse is just a male nurse.
You can do the comments.
There's not a lot of male nurses in the medical field, but now there is kind of like a growing population. So a lot of us kind of go by the acronym of MURSE, MURSE, MURSE. You'll find a lot of us in the ICU to say that's where a lot of male nurses want to go into. So my channel is very much educational tied. I have some content that I'll be putting after this week, most likely next week, to help nursing students, things that I find that were useful for me, knowing like what the disease is, signs and symptoms to watch for, diagnostics to run, nursing interventions to do, and what to monitor, and care plans. So just those information that I think a lot of nurses or people, not even nurses, even doctors, or different fields can benefit from. So if you have someone that's coming from anesthesiology and they are having a cardiac problem, what are the signs? What are the symptoms? What are the labs? What are the intervention? So for us, those are big, because that's like, what do I do, right? We always wonder, like, what does the nurse know what to do? That is what you do. Like, oh, this is what I need to do to make sure this person stays alive. So those are stuff that I cover. I feel like it's boring, but if you're needing it to learn, then it's, I guess, perfect. I didn't go to the next comment. I kind of just cleared what my stuff is. So she's back.
I know, I'm back. The stream expert here.
Welcome back.
Hello Swanky says, wait, I didn't even know Alpha had a channel. Yes, he does have a channel. I mentioned it once or twice before.
Yeah, I just never really highlighted too much into it.
Yeah, he doesn't live stream or anything. I mean, today he's live streaming, but normally, no, he doesn't live stream.
So I don't get fired.
Oh, you was already fired like 3 episodes ago.
Well,
Tanya D says she subbed to the channel. Well, thank you so much for supporting Alpha.
Hopefully I don't bore you. I hope not.
He was trying to blow up faster than me, and I think that would hurt my feelings, but that's okay. It's okay.
People follow
acquired taste.
I think it's different because, like, I know for me, like, you can watch hours of that, like, over and over to retain the information, because
you can watch hours of me too.
Absolutely, I believe you 100%. But it's like, if I need to learn about diabetes, I'm gonna probably watch 10 times of that video, if not more, to understand all the things I need to know about diabetes.
That's okay. Cheryl C, welcome to the live stream. Saying, wait, you're live? I didn't get a notification. Darn it, YouTube. It's okay. It is a random live stream. So thank you for joining in. I hope you hit the like button. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. It's Sunday, yeah?
It is Sunday.
Yes. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. We are happy to have you here. Like I said, it's random, was not planned, so welcome in. Hello, Swanky says, I'm in the beginning of, let me see. I gotta lean in small. I'm in the beginning stages of producing content featuring bedside nurses and chronic illness patients. Might have to request an interview. That would be a cool collaboration.
Actually, with my channel, I'm also part of the Nurses Association. So I thought about bringing nurses from different departments so they can actually talk about it. So, like, all the stuff that I couldn't get a hold of, I was like, let me just bring that, because a lot of times people are like, what does that look like on a daily basis? So I know, like, a lady that does like PICC lines and central lines. So that's with cardiac. So if she comes in, she can talk about like what she does, what she watches for, how does she feel about it? And, so people get to see the different departments in nursing, because a lot of time people just think it's bedside, but there is just so much. There's ICU, emergency, PACU, pediatrics, you can go to case management. There is so many different departments you can work in, and just to kind of get a highlight of that department sometimes can sway people to get into that. So we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, let us know. Let me know, and I'll have you set up, or I'll have them set up something with you. Yeah. Help Hella Swinky out. And Hella Swinky she be close, like in Oakland and stuff too.
Oh,
so
perfect. Neighbors.
And maybe you guys can do like a full live interview rather than like over the internet.
Perfect.
Let's see. See, Miss Howard says it's a video game. Oh, I don't play video games.
For what?
That was the she said she was, let me see what game she said she was doing. The Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't really play video games, so I wouldn't hear about it. But sounds good though, right?
Sounds fun.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Where are we at here? I lost the chat. There we are. Hello, Swanky says, I think we already got, oh no, we didn't. One of the Twitch streamers I watch play Dreamlight Valley, Tanissa. It reminds me of Stardrew and ACNH. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that either, but it sounds fun. I don't play video games. I get motion sickness when I play video games. Is that weird?
I like video games. I just don't have time for video games.
I remember my cousin had like this SpongeBob video game, and I would like get sick, like literally motion sick from playing the game. And it's like just on like a PlayStation or something. And I would get sick. But I used to always play GTA. And then like after a while,
play GTA?
Yeah, I played GTA. But after a while, I started getting sick playing that too. So
I didn't even know that. I used to love GTA. Online? Were you playing online?
No, I was playing. This was like way back.
I played
like
online
on PlayStation 2.
Oh. Yeah.
It was a long time ago. Oh, so you subscribe to Alpha's channel. Okay. Y'all don't make him blow up because he's gonna try to embarrass me, and I don't really appreciate that.
I want to get 7,000 views a month. I'm at 700 a month, so I got a long way to go.
I don't even get 7,000 views a month. I don't think.
Yeah, you did.
I get like 7,000. Oh, you said 7,000. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I made that mimosa extra strong.
Hella Swanky. And this is how it says to Hella Swanky for sucked into as well until I finish the game. Yeah, I don't know. I want to play games, but I don't have the time right now.
You wanted to get the Oculus. We now have the Oculus.
You don't let me use it.
Go ahead. I haven't even used it. But I looked at the games on the Oculus. And if they have Harry Potter, I'll set it up. If they don't, I think I'll pass on the Oculus.
I'm gonna turn on the Oculus.
Go for it.
Okay. Tasana Burfoot said, I just subscribed to Alpha Channel. Alpha, have you watched Dr. Mike on YouTube?
I have seen him. Nurse Mike. Is he a doctor now? Because I know Nurse Mike.
There might be more than one person. You know, Mike is a common name.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's see. Tasana Burfoot says, it's not boring. Alpha is just intriguing.
Okay.
Educational. Tiny says, I love the medical field, so it's not boring. Did you say it was boring?
I said I thought people would be bored like watching it.
I was like, what?
So, I guess I got a different opinion, so hey.
Yeah. Mary Malarkey says, nurses have all my respect. They were the ones that helped my spouse last February. The minute his doctor told him he has about a week to live, they were there for him and family, even walked by his side out of the building. Well, that is good.
They were providing palliative care. So I hope everything went well for you.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm happy that the nursing staff made you feel better about the situation.
Yeah.
Hello Soki says, wait, are we getting competitive? If this is a competition, Alpha, the Beehive is strong.
Yeah, I'm not competing where I cannot compete. So I know where I sit at, and I'm going to stay there.
Team Bree all the way.
Hey, I know where I'm sitting.
Hello Soki saying, that's so cool to Alpha. Yeah, Def gotta add you on our list. Oh, we got a list of interviews. Essie, welcome back. We've been missing you. Saying what I missed. What are we talking about? We're talking about how we cannot see Love Is Blind, but you can.
Right. Let me try one more time. This might be it.
You think this is the one? Okay, Chicago. Did we make it over to California?
Right.
Lola Waterton says Alpha has a YouTube channel. Yes, he does. That's what you missed. So he says Bree, Stardrew and ACNH Animal Crossing are more video games. LOL. The only ones I've played, to be honest. I think I've heard of Animal Crossing. I think I've seen Animal Crossing before, but not the other one, the Stardew. Hello Swanky says to Essie, Bree, and Alpha giving their review on Love is Blind. Yep, that's what we're doing. Nissa Howard says to Hello Swanky, you might like Dreamlight Valley. Only problem with it is when you level up all the characters, there's nothing to do. Oh, that is interesting. Nissa also says, Alpha, you might like Hogwarts Legacy as a game.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. 100%.
Is that already a game?
It is a game, but on other consoles. So it's like Harry Potter, but like you could play live and like create your own character and stuff. Like that would be cool with the Oculus, like to see me waving a wand. You're like, what are you doing? I'm having a battle.
He's gonna knock me upside the head. That's what he's really trying to say. As he says, came in with the video games and everything. Yes, we got sidetracked. I didn't get through the chat. My chat is known for going rogue. Let's see. Hella Swanky says to Nissa you guys are talking about the video game. Let's see. Carmen Thomas, welcome in, saying, did y'all get to watch? No. No, we have not gotten to watch. We were literally like, we was like, oh, let's go watch it. I was like doing my nails, and I was like, oh no, I'm ready. Let's go. And then we came in and there was nothing. So we went on YouTube and we're like, okay, maybe someone is streaming it. No, they were all talking about how they couldn't stream it. And I was like, well, maybe we should do that. And now here we are. As he says, you two are so cute. Thank you very much. Is it playing?
No,
still not. It still has not made it to us. Tiny D says, no worries, Bree. I'm holding my spot in the Bree Hive. Yes, for sure. Hold the spot.
They are filming it now. They said we're filming it now, and we'll have it on Netflix as soon as humanly possible. Again, thank you.
I was right then. They pre-recorded and they haven't let us see it.
What are they editing out? Somebody must have got in a fight.
Hey, let them fight. You very comfortable, aren't you? You're very comfortable. You got your leg all out.
Oh, my bad.
All right.
Let me hide the legs.
Let's see. Tanya D, you guys are talking about the game. Let's see. Where are we at? Carmen says a lot of people were live on TikTok streaming it. We can't even see it.
You can't see it at all.
I feel sad. I'm gonna have to go find somebody else live stream to get through it. So Swanky says everything's good about the medical field revolves around nurses. To be honest, ask any chronic illness warrior. We live and die by how good and bad the nurses are. If not for them, we're screwed.
I agree. I mean, by the time a doctor receives a report, which is an S-bar, at the very end of the S-bar, it's what the nurse recommends as a treatment. So the doctor then goes, yeah, let's do that. Or let's look more into that. So the nurse has to do a thorough assessment of the situation and the patient. So they have to have that knowledge. That's why, like nowadays, you have to have a bachelor's because they want that higher education. So a lot of times, a lot of people are counting out nurses, but it's a different field. They're even pushing for nurses to do lobbying. They want us to get more into the legal field of nursing because it's just growing. Some of the doctors don't like it, but I think it's very interesting because by the time it gets to the doctor, a lot of the information has already been inquired from us, judged by us, and we're just prescribing it back to them and saying, hey, what do you think about this? Right. So we'll see.
Right.
So thank you.
This one says Alpha is out on Xbox Series for the game they were talking about for you, the Hogwarts.
Yeah, it's on like consoles, but I don't have any of that.
Yeah, we did get distracted. Deacon Fatal, nice to see you. We've missed you this week. Welcome in. Good evening. Goodness assignment turned in, and now I breathe and realize, and now a breath. Realize some gas, video games, and dermatologist. Yeah, we are off topic with what we're supposed to be talking about. As it says, it's done. They'll probably post it soon because it was live in Canada and now it's done. Yeah, they did us dirty on that one. We did not get to watch it live. Saying hi to Hella Swanky. Deacon Fado says the Rogue Law 2 community tonight's entire live is rogue technically. The live stream is rogue, the chat is rogue, everything is rogue at this point. For sure. Let's see. Tiny says, that's great to Deacon Plato. Glad you made it. Yes, we are. We have missed you. Welcome in. Cannot find a picture of Bliss. You want to drop your opinion on Bliss? Is this them? Okay. Here we go. We got them together. We already talked about Zach. We talked about Irina. Now we have Bliss, who is the thruple. Let's call it what it is. The thruple. The third piece of the thruple.
Okay.
Bliss.
Let me see if I can
give Bliss us the background on Bliss. Did you not just pass her?
No.
Okay. That's Tiffany.
I think she's towards the end.
There she is.
So Bliss is 33 years old. She's a senior program manager. Her love quote is, I'm looking for someone strong to work through the hard times with. And she was matched with Zach.
Zach, who we just talked about, talking about his mama was a stripper.
So Zach picked Bliss as a second option after he had like this disdain for Irene and finally was like able to muster some confidence and say, I'm not going to be with you and we're not going to continue on this show. They gave him a second option of meeting Bliss on a date, and then she accepted him. To me, she seems very desperate. Like she would have picked anyone. She did. Like even during the show, she was talking about like, I'm gonna freeze my eggs to like, I don't know. I felt like she would have picked anyone. She just wanted to be married. She wanted to have kids, and I don't think there was anyone that really like. As long as he seemed pretty nice, she would have been like, yeah. So that's my opinion. I wouldn't want to get picked second, especially the way it happened. Like he went on a honeymoon, enjoyed his time, and then after that was like, I don't like you, I'm gonna go back. So I feel like she could do better.
Now I'm gonna go back.
Yeah. Overall, she did not have any complaints about him, any problems. She was very embarrassed to tell her parents about how she got picked second. Her dad is not a fan of Zach. I wouldn't be either. But she just wants someone. I just see her as like desperate. She'll pick anyone.
Gee Louise.
Sorry.
Okay. Well, yeah. Bliss, I like her as a person, but I don't think that Zach is really her match. They did end up saying yes. For those of you that didn't watch the final of the season, they did end up saying yes. I don't think that he really thinks she's his top choice because I don't think he thinks he's good enough for her. I think that she is too good for him. I think I don't know what he needs, but her, I would partially agree with Alpha on the sense of she's just ready to get married, which could come off as desperate. Because let's face it, like I'm not trying to be mean, but Zach is weird. Zach is very weird, and I don't think that they really match that well. It's just like she's accepting him just because it's like she wants to be successful on the show. That's my opinion on it. But I do think she's a nice girl, and I think that she could do better.
Way better.
I think she could do way better.
I can't believe she literally let him like
pick another woman,
have his way, and then all of a sudden was like all in love with her. But then he brings up like he said he loved Irene and then loved her. I was like, bro, I'm a guy and I would never say that. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, first of all, Irene should not be a love. Like, that girl is bad.
She didn't even like him.
She wouldn't even touch him.
She didn't let him kiss her on the cheek.
When he touches me, I just feel gross. Like, are you serious? There's no way that should be in your love category. So I think a lot of people were interested in just seeing the people watch what people said about them. But Bliss, honestly, you can do way better than being second pick, and don't be that desperate. She's what? I said she was
like
33. Give it another year. At 34, you might be it. Hey, you know.
Well, she married now.
Oh, God. Yeah.
She's married now. This is the link to Alpha's channel for those of you that were asking for it. That was Mary.
I got some subscriptions. I got actually a lot of subscriptions.
Did you really?
I sure did.
Okay.
I got like
Okay.
I got like 11.
Good job. Thank you, Bree High, for supporting the man of the channel. Deacon Fatal says, let me see. Where did we go? I play mostly horror games to take recommendations with a grain of salt unless you like the game because I'm spot on. Okay. All right. With the video games. I used to play like a zombie game. Oh, what was that called? That game was fun. Oh, I can't remember. On PlayStation. I haven't played the game since like PlayStation 2, so that tells you a lot. Tidy says, there you go to Mary. I wasn't really sure how exactly to share a link. Yep, there it is. Let's see. Mary says, Alpha, apologies that I did not know the appropriate definition of male nurse, but it's now part of my vocabulary. Now, I think it's more like a what would you call it? Like a Urban Dictionary term.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a real term. Yeah. I don't think it's a real term.
But we'll probably lobby to make it a term. Nurse, I mean, it's just male nurse. So.
Yeah, it's just something they made up. So, you know, like, oh, it's a nurse, but it's a guy. So I don't think it's a real word. So
most of the time,
apologize.
like as a guy, if you enter, they assume you're the doctor. And you're like, oh, I'm the nurse. You know? And that's another thing. People are like, oh, like, I'm going to save your life, bro.
Deacon Fiddle says we are X-Men Rogue. That's what we do over here. And this is how it says my local news station was reporting in the glitches of the live stream. The thing is, they knew, like, nobody wanted to watch. Let me not be mean, but nobody really wanted to watch Chris Rock live, so they probably thought they had the bandwidth. And then when Love Is Blind came on, because guess what? Let's be honest.
Okay, what you got?
Women and people that like love shows, which a lot of time are women, they drive those type of shows. So we are going to watch those, and we're going to watch them when they come out because we're on time. So they didn't have the bandwidth. Nobody was watching Chris Rock like that. I'm sorry. No one was watching him like that.
Did you know who is the number one consumer of sports? Like watching sports and going to sports? Do you know who?
Men.
Woman.
Oh, that shocked me.
Women are the number one consumer for sports. So yeah. So exactly. When a love show like that has a lot of people's attention, you guys. I'm watching the show because of you.
I feel like women are the number one consumer of pretty much everything.
Yeah.
If you can get women on your side, you can sell a lot.
That's true.
I think
because even watching the show, I would have never just clicked and was like, oh, let me watch the show. But with you, you pulled me in, so now they have two people. So, yeah.
I would agree. Let's see. As it says, did you talk about Micah's hating? Oh, no, we didn't talk about her hating friend. Micah, the girl that was like, he's not the one.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
She needs to, like, rearrange her friend group and kick that girl out. Because that girl was a hater. She was like smiling and smirking when she got that negative result at the wedding. Like when he said no, she was excited.
My opinion is that girl liked Micah.
I think so too.
That was my opinion. I think she liked Micah and she wanted to sabotage her relationship because she didn't want Micah to move on or get a man or whatever you might want to call it. I think she's in love with Micah. That's my opinion.
Yeah, she's like, I don't think he's good for you.
Because he had an opinion, and he said the thing is she didn't like him because he told her that he did not care about her opinion. And then she started crying. Like, why would you not care about my opinion? Because who the heck are you? Like, what? So no, we did not talk about that, but there's a little snippet on that. Yeah, I don't support her friend. Her friend was a hater, a big hater at that.
Big. Big hater.
Deacon Fiddle says this is the worst Tinder timeline ever. Basically, is what's happening here. Nissa says Deacon Fiddle or like the Star Wars movie Rogue One. Yeah. Deacon Fiddle says I would tell her to listen to Married Women with Kids. As far as which one, he can kick rocks.
Yeah, I think that was Zach.
I'll talk about Zach, yeah. Sasana Burfa says 60 likes. I wonder if we can get to 100 tonight. 100 is our goal. We do have 35 watching, but quite a few of you have been here pretty much the whole live. But if you have not hit the live button, please do. It definitely helps out the stream, helps us get more friends. I know this is off topic than what we normally cover, but it's fun, right? Deacon Fiddle's outfit is correct on this one. Yeah. Don't know exactly. Do you remember what exactly we were talking about? I think
this was Zach and Bliss.
We're like 6 minutes
Zach
behind.
Is weird.
Mm-hmm. All right. Mary says, just subscribed to my first and fave medical person on YouTube. He only has 125 subscribers. Go show him some love. He may be the one that saves your life someday.
It keeps going up.
Yeah. We just got 2 more subs. Thank you for that, Mary. Deacon Fado says he doesn't. What does he do? As far as Zach?
Zach? He's in a criminal defense attorney.
He was a criminal defense attorney. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Glad you're done with school, says Hello Swinky to Deacon Fado. Essie says Zach needs to figure out how to let go of the shame about his mom being a stripper. If anything, it's amazing that despite the childhood struggles, he became who he is. I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. Let's see. Deacon Fado says, I'll let you know the grade later. Oh, hope you get an A. Hope you get an A.
Yeah.
Deacon Fado says, we don't even hit our prime until 40 anyways. She's making a mistake.
That was about Bliss.
Yeah. I think she can do better.
I think she can do better.
The thing is, she might have a weird type, though. She might like weird guys.
She is weird. I got that vibe from her. I thought she was weird.
I think he's weird. I don't think she's
like
weird.
She's very passive. Like she'll just let you do stuff, and like she won't really say how she feels. Like I don't know. I can see why she has a problem.
Dana?
Yeah, like it's like I don't. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Let's leave it. As he says, so many this season should consider therapy. Irene, Micah, Zach, Jackie. You put Micah twice. Does Micah need double therapy or was that a mistake?
2 different therapists.
Kwame, I would agree. We got Micah.
Oh, Kwame is in there?
Yes, Kwame is in there. My boy mad confused. We haven't even got to him yet, but we gonna go in on him. Who would I say? Jackie definitely needs therapy.
Nah, Jackie needs a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
She's got a personality disorder.
She said, I need some work. Ma'am, you should have thought of that before you came on this show. Okay. Out of Jackie and Marshall, I would say Jackie needs a therapist. Out of Zach, Irene, and Bliss, I would say Zach and Irene need a therapist. Bliss might need a therapist because, let me not be diagnosing, but she might need a therapist because Zach is not it. That's all. That's all I would say. Out of Tiffany and Brett, I think they're both pretty okay. I think they're a good couple. Out of Kwame and Chelsea, both of them need a therapist for sure. Chelsea is like, it goes under the radar, but she a little controlling. And then who's last? Who didn't I talk about? Micah and Paul. Yep. Micah needs a therapist, in my opinion. And I think that's it, right?
Paul does too.
You think Paul needs a therapist?
The way Paul, I honestly thought watching that wedding stuff, I was like, oh yeah, they're for sure gonna get married.
I knew he was not.
And then he said that, and I was like, whoa. And I thought it was rude when he said, I can't see you as a mother. I was like, you could have kept that one to yourself. Just say you weren't gonna do it. Like, that's rude. Because now the person's like mentally gonna be thinking about like, what do you mean?
I think she's low-key a hoe. I mean, I think that's what he was trying to say. I think that's what he was trying to say.
It could be.
And I think her friend has a thing for her. So it is what it is.
A lot of speculations.
That's my opinion. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, the membership stream will be on Saturday. Last time I checked, that's when it's gonna be. Deacon Beto says one of my favorite co-workers is a male nurse, and we talk about trial cases at work when we get bored, or trial cases at work. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello Swing says women and the partners they force to watch them, LOL, are the main consumers, right? Those are the main consumers.
Yeah, if I'm making music, I would want my audience to be women, because if I have a concert, she's gonna pull whatever guy to come, and that's 2 tickets.
Mm-hmm. So he says that doesn't surprise me about sports, women being the top consumer. I mean, especially collegiate sports. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Deacon Fatal says we are looking for what? Alpha, we think we have a chance.
I don't know what
that means.
Elaborate.
I refer to peen as something else, so which we don't want to talk about. I don't know what you mean by that. Hello from the Russian Mafia. Welcome, Jay from the Russian Mafia. Made it good before 64. Essie says, really, Brie, you think she likes Micah? I thought she was just jealous of Micah. That could be another interpretation. The thing about it is these days, not to get too much into it, but some people that say they're friends, they actually have more of a relationship. They're a little bit more intertwined than they want to admit publicly. And I feel like that's one of those relationships. Like they go out and like make out with each other and potentially sleep with each other at the end of the night. That's just that's the feeling I get from it. I don't know if it's right, but that's the vibe I got from it. Or it could very much so be jealous. It could be jealous, or it could be jealous because she thinks she's in a relationship with her. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
You did say that while watching.
Mm-hmm. They're telling you to follow Nurse Liz. She is lovely. If you don't follow her,
I've never seen Nurse Liz.
She's been on a couple of live streams, especially like during Johnny Depp. So yeah, she's very nice.
Okay.
And she's pretty big on YouTube actually for a nurse. I mean, not for a nurse, but as a nurse channel, she's a pretty big streamer.
I'll look into it. Thank you.
Deacon Fatal says, am I going to have to use them later as a case study for forensic psychology class? It sounds like it's going to be there.
You're going to get a good amount of personality. There's a few borderlines in there.
Jay says, wait for me. Essie says, yeah, I think Bliss is going to regret being okay with Zach's second choice. I told that girl to say no girl
to say no.
As if I'm communicating with her. But I did tell her to say no. Like, no, you don't want to be somebody's second choice. It's like one thing if he dated someone and he didn't know her and they didn't work out. But to sit there and like, oh, I'm going to pick this girl that you told me that Bliss literally told him not to pick. And then it didn't work out. And then he's going to go back to her to be on the show. So, yeah. Comments on that?
No. Other than she needs like self-worth. I feel like she has a confidence issue.
Maybe.
You know, her personality there. Because I still couldn't figure out her real personality. Other than she's just like, she doesn't say much. Whatever was said, that's kind of like what she went. And then, like I said, the whole freezing my egg, I want to be married. And I was like, okay, you sound desperate. That's what I got.
Okay. Let me try to get through these chats, and then we're going to get to Kwame and Chelsea. Hello, Saki says, therapy should be a mandatory part of dating shows. To be honest, therapy should be as normal and common as going to the doctor, but more accessible. That's another story, though. LOL. I would agree with that.
I agree with that. I think they should.
Essie says, I love Chelsea. She's so real. Plus, tourist gang. Okay, well, you're not going to like what I got to say.
That's what I was thinking.
Like what I got to say. Therapy should be a part of the selection process. I agree with that. Blessed mommy of 4. Yes, I agree. Saturday. Hello, Sweetie says, what time Saturday? It's going to be at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's what I'm aiming for right now. So Deacon Fatal was referring to sports and such. Jay says, I found your IP. I found your IP. I found your geolocation. Okay, I don't know. Sounds like a little bit of trolling, but hey, I don't know. Alvin dropping his link. Moss, I don't know. We might gotta get rid of the mafia guy. Good night. I think you Fatal. Thank you for stopping by. Teresa Burfoot says Dr. Mike is a doctor. Duh.
There's
Who lives
another
in NYC?
guy.
He's an immigration. He's an immigrant from. Oh, I think it's just
from Russia. Yeah,
from Russia.
There is a nurse Mike as well. That's why I was wondering if there was another person.
So Mike is a common name. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Jay says, "Don't you want to know what the Russian mafia is?" No. Enter button blues. Mods, we might have to, Cheryl C says, I follow Mr. or Dr. Mike. He has nurses on as guests fairly often. I also follow Mama Dr. Jones. Everyone should follow Mama Dr. Jones, especially women, just my opinion. I've never heard of those channels, but I'll take a look. As he says, freezing her eggs is not desperate. If anything, it takes the pressure off. No.
I could see that. I think as a guy, like, especially on a dating show, if you came and told me, if I don't meet anyone, I'm gonna be like, damn.
I think it's the context in which she said it. Like, if this don't work out, then I'm freezing my eggs and I'm gonna wait for the, next guy to come around. I think I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't think it's wrong in what she's doing. I could see all the rationale behind it. But like watching the show and seeing in the context she was talking, I was like, I don't know. Kind of desperate.
All right.
And then she picked Zach.
Right. Zach of all people.
Of all people.
Okay. And this says, hello, Swanky. As a therapist, I agree that everyone in a reality show should have therapy or access to a therapist. But the thing is, would it make good reality TV if they went to a therapist? We want the people that are a little unstable for a reality TV.
Okay, I get it, but was it Love at First Sight that you were watching and they had a therapist?
Yeah, so Love at First Sight does have therapists, but they still be acting crazy, so I don't know if it will even help. Yeah. I don't even know if it would help.
I think, yeah, but I get her point in like maybe outside therapy to kind of like unbundle some stuff, because they do get on the show and there is a lot of stuff that I feel like they hold on to.
Yeah.
And these people really need to work on themselves.
Yeah.
So,
just saying. Hello Swanky says, troll, we got him. Bree, we're deleting the messages, but they don't delete from StreamYard, so you're still seeing them. Oh, well, thank you very much. Mobs got it under control. That was the mafia person. I love her about the doctor. Hello Swanky says, I love Dr. Jones. She's so good. Okay, looks like I'm missing out. Hello Swanky says, but that would be less drama and less entertainment. That's what I said. Like, would it be as good if they went through therapy?
True.
If they got people that had it all together.
Act with some sense.
Love Mama Doc. She's an OBGYN. Love watching. And
that's cool.
They also collab too. So we might have to check them out.
Yeah.
Dr. Jones should be a required subscription for everyone. Oh, I'm just joking.
Popular.
So he says, those LAFS therapists don't do their jobs, though. They're there for show and production. Oh, the love at Married. I think it's Married at First Sight. You put LA, it should be M. Married at First Sight. They're just there to get their check, is what Swanky is saying.
I mean, like, we watched that show, Hoarders, and the therapist there was not therapying at all. So that was interesting.
Yeah. Nissa says, Bree, I'm a therapist and I still have clients who have drama. It's all about making choices. Therapists can give tools, but it's up to the clients to use them. I agree. I definitely agree with that. So it could still be entertaining. Let's see. She's a great. Essie says, I heard that for Big Brother Canada, they purposely choose people with cluster C traits, bipolar depression. I don't know what HPD is. And then I think NPD is narcissistic personality disorder.
Probably.
And then let's see. That would make sense though. Shakar Eckles says, "Hey guys, I got sad news to tell y'all. My cousins are found dead. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
They're found, huh?
Dead. Sorry to hear that.
Sorry to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And then Halasoki says, "Oh yeah, my bad. Can you tell I don't watch Married at First Sight? I do. I love Married at First Sight."
Yeah.
Okay, we finally got to the chats on that one. Got mad distracted there. Do you have Kwame and Chelsea, the last of the last, pulled up?
Yeah, I can.
I can't believe they really just did not pull this show up for us today. Oh man. Did y'all see the meme about Kwame being Bartise and
yeah.
What was his name? Bartise and SK son?
Yeah. So my boy Kwame, spelled with a Kwame, is 33 years old. He's a sales development manager. He's actually in California.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, the company was in San Francisco, remember?
He was working remotely though.
But remotely. His love quote is, "I haven't found a person who matches my energy yet." First of all, that sounds like very immature. Like, what do you mean you haven't found someone that matches your? Like, what are we talking about? Like, what energy? Because I didn't see any energy for him during the whole show. So interesting. My impression on Kwame was, I thought he's African. I still think he is African, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's from Nigeria.
I feel like, because I'm African.
Oh no, he's from Ghana.
I'm African, and so he reminds me of a lot of people that migrate here and kind of try to shed who they are, right? And kind of try to be someone else. So that's something you saw on the show, because even his family didn't show up to the event. You know, a lot of his brother and sister that eventually showed up to the wedding actually talked about he needs to reconnect with them and so forth. They still were trying to offer support. And I feel like he's not really himself, and he feels like he has to shed exactly who he is to fit into a certain group. And I felt like that was the problem with him and Chelsea, because this is going to be my first time ever saying something like this. He wanted a white woman that was just super submissive, never talks, super quiet, and just like super girling all for him. And then Chelsea came around, and Chelsea was very strong, very opinionated, very fun. And he saw Chelsea with traits that he identified, and he did not like that. So he had like this little disdain for her in a sense, because it would have been something natural to be like, oh, she's trying to have fun and do this. And he was like, oh no, that's not what I'm looking for. So that was my opinion of him. Obviously he's very sneaky. The whole thing with Micah, he like tries to kind of resist it, but then he just keeps floating in, and they have their little side convo and all these things. And I think he really probably would have been better off with Micah. I'm sorry. I told her that. She was like, I think he would have been a lot happier with Micah, because she's exactly the type of woman that he wants. Probably would have just had to deal with the side that you said about her. And I don't think he would have took offense to that, because she hides it very well. She hid it from Paul. So that's just my opinion. Kwame, thumbs down. What do you think about Kwame?
I think he's a character. I think he gave off the same vibes as SK. If you guys watch this show,
not SK.
No, because both of them came on the show basically indicating that they didn't want someone of their same either race, ethnicity, or culture. They both made statements like, I don't want to find someone that sees my picture and then doesn't like me because I'm Black or because I'm African. So immediately, as soon as they had their open lines, I knew exactly what type of person that they were going to, which tends to be someone outside of their race. I think I agree with you. I think he would have been better off with Micah, but I think Micah understood by his name who he was and knew that her family was not going to accept that. So she went with the safer option, which she made a lot of comments that she's going with the safer option, which would be Paul, and because she knew he was not a Kwame, right? And then he got Chelsea, who I think he liked Micah more in the pods. And Micah, if you remember, Micah is the one that dumped him for Paul.
And he cried.
Yeah, and he
cried.
Oh my God. When Micah dumped him, which I do think would have been a better match for him. But Micah knew what her better match would be as far as like moving on in life and all of the things. Chelsea, on the other hand, really, really liked Kwame, but she was his second choice. And so when they came out of the pods, although she probably was like physically what he liked, she wasn't really emotionally, even though she shared more than Micah, even though she was more like consoling to him than Micah. She wanted to like get to know his family and everything. But he was just not open to it because he felt like he was getting the same traits that he would have gotten if he stayed within his same culture or his same race. And if you guys watch the show, you know that he made a lot of comments about like her being aggressive, or you told me this morning and it hurt my feelings, when it probably should not have even been as a deal of what she said. But then I said, well, maybe we don't know because it's always off camera. The issue that he has with her is always off camera. Like, is she being a different person off camera than she is in a real life? Or if she's just playing a role on camera? Because she was always very sweet to him on camera. She didn't get an attitude when he was in Micah's face on camera. So is she more like aggressive off camera than she is on camera? That would be my question.
I hear you, but at the same time, I just could tell his interaction with Micah versus his interaction with Chelsea. In the beginning, he was very interested in Chelsea sexually. Once they had sex during the honeymoon, he was like, all right, cool. I'm done. Mm-hmm. And like he did a whole 360, and then he was just like hyper focused on Micah. So whenever Micah would like flirt, he would fall into it. You know, she would try to hold his hand and she would hold his hand, you know, and things like that. So it was like he just didn't like Chelsea after that, and everything she did, he was just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then to my surprise, he said yes. And I felt like him saying yes was pressure from his family. I think once his family showed up to the altar, I think that was a decision for him. He had no other choice but to do it. So I think if they didn't show up, he would have said no. He would have had a million reasons, but he said yes because they showed up.
I still don't think he wanted to say yes, and I think he's still in the situation just because of the camera fame and whatever. I don't think he really likes her. I do think that he really liked Micah, but I don't think Micah liked him. My opinion.
Yeah, I feel like she kind of did. I honestly thought that Chelsea was perfect for him. I was like,
I think so.
Yo, she is like down for you, and like based on what I saw, I was like, I didn't think he was a good looking dude. I'm sorry if other people did. I was like, but she like saw just past that and just him for who he is. She even did the whole Calvin Klein thing with her.
Well, she gave him off-brand clothes.
But no. He from the beginning he brought that up, even in the pods, like, oh, we could take like photos in our Calvin Klein. And then so she got it, and I was like,
oh, I didn't even realize.
Yeah, I'm like, she's going out of her way to like bring your little whatever. Like, come on, bro. And she doesn't really have to, but she's doing that. Like, this is your girl, but you're not seeing it. Whatever.
Okay, what do you think about Chelsea?
Chelsea. So let me give a little intro on Chelsea. Once I find her, they have them in like
random things,
random pods.
While you do that, I'm gonna pop up some of the chats. Essie says the BPD is borderline personality disorder. HPD is historic personality disorder. Tiny D, seconds that motion. Let's see. Nissa Howard says too many people want perfection, and it's just not possible. No one, I mean, you might think somebody is perfect for you, but they're always going to have at least one flaw. I get you on that. Tiny D says true to Nissa, and there's no such thing. I think it's got cut off. Nissa says Tiny D, so true. I have to remind people in therapy that there is no such thing. No one's perfect. Some parts of them may be perfect to you, but they're going to have some type of flaw somewhere else. Cheryl C says, I have no idea who we are talking about, but I love how passionate you guys are about it.
We are.
We're talking about Love is Blind on Netflix, who did not show us what was actually happening. We still have not seen it. But we are giving our opinions on the couples before the reunion. Essie says, Kwame explains his slightly self-hating comments at the reunion. Otherwise, I agree with you too. Yep. Wow. Okay. I would love to see that, because I do think that he has some self-hate going on. 100%. And so he tries to get out of who he really is. Mm-hmm. Especially like being I don't know if he was an immigrant, but
he seems like it.
I think he was an immigrant.
That's a thing that happens like with a lot of people that migrate from like Africa. Let me speak on that term. Is like they'll change the way they act and talk. Like even for me, I get some of that sometimes from like my family because the way I speak. But for the most part, since I met you, I introduced you to my food, the clothes, the culture. I want you to go there. Some people try to erase all of it. And I'm like, that's who you are. Like, be happy with who you are. You know, certain things, that's what makes you who you are. And I did not see that from him. Like, he did not even try to speak his language to her. Like, I tried to teach her my language. And I speak it, and you try to pick it up.
But then you make fun of me when I try to pick it up.
Her pronunciations are funny, okay?
But your pronunciation is funny in English sometimes.
Yours are funnier. Yours are funnier. That's it. But just that appreciation for who you are and trying to, you know, show someone like, hey, this is who I am. This is where I come from. And then let them love you for that as well. I didn't see that with him. So.
Yeah. He don't want to be who he is. And that was the same thing with SK too.
Oh yeah.
Then he left that girl. I was out there acting crazy in San Francisco. All
right. Did you want me to do Chelsea?
Oh yeah, go ahead and do Chelsea, and then we'll jump back in the comments.
All right. So Chelsea is 31 years old.
Everyone was like in their 30s.
30s, right? She's a pediatric speech language pathologist. Her love quote is, my biggest pet peeve is long ass talking stages.
She want to jump right into it. Get married. That's what she did.
My impression of Chelsea was interesting. I think she only imprinted on Kwame.
Yeah.
And she liked him. And she was super nice with the other girls. I thought she was super friendly. I actually had a pretty good impression about who she was as a person. I felt like she was very understanding of who she was and where she's at and kind of where she was headed. And to me, I was like, that's good. She seems very like that's a wife. It's not a girlfriend. That's a wife, you know, very stable, very set, and, you know, very mature. But the negative part that I saw on her, I was like, this girl is like super horny. Like, because of the conversation she was having with him, I was like, you don't even know him. You're on live TV. And then so I mentioned, I was like, oh, they're going to hook up the first night. And what did they do? Hooked up the first night. She made a point about it and just she took it from there. And then after that, he changed his mind. But that was like her thing, because even when she was around her peers, the first time
she asked everybody about
she asked about sex. She talked about her sex and so forth. So I was like, okay, very sexual. Okay. And then
is that a downfall for men though?
It could be, because it could be under the impression of like, hey, does she do that with every guy?
I I mean, but they're like engaged to be married.
I know, but you asked if that's a thing for a guy.
Okay.
That would be like a route. I'd be like, oh, is that like that's your norm? You know. But with her, I still thought she was a great person. Her family seems very nice. Her family seems very serious. Like when she introduced like the women of her family, like they were all very stern. And I really like that. Good foundation that she's coming from. But then you did mention the thing about them being off the camera and exactly who she was, because whenever they would get in the camera, he was already annoyed. So I'm like, why is he annoyed?
Why
already?
is he that annoyed?
Right. Like he's super annoyed. And she's over here just being lovey, like, give me a kiss. I know I would be, if I'm already mad at you and now we're on camera, I would just be mad. Like,
Kwame was acting like she beat him off camera. That's
he was so annoyed.
That's what she was acting like, he beat him off camera. That's why I was like, well, is she doing something off camera, or is it like just him trying to be extra to try to make her look bad?
Yeah. Overall, she was. I liked her as a character.
She's not a character.
I think she was honest. Like she was a good fit wife for him, and I think she would have definitely helped him elevate his life and be unstable.
Yeah, and so that's one thing about her. And I know I said y'all not gonna like what I say about her, but I think more of my opinion on her is that she didn't catch the hint. Like, in my opinion, and I could be completely wrong, reading the situation wrong, Kwame don't like her. He does not like her, and she never caught the hint. When he was on the phone with his mom, allegedly, he was not on the phone with his mom. I don't care what nobody says. That phone was blank.
That phone was blank.
And then, normally, like when you're talking to someone, you can hear their voice, even if you don't see their picture or their face or anything like that. That man was not on the phone. He pretended to have a conversation with his mom on the phone. And then she was like, oh, well, are you going to say yes if your mom says no? No answer. He always, like I said, he seemed like she was beating him off camera. And I don't know, like, if she was just, like, mad aggressive off camera and then pretended to be sweet on camera. It was weird. So I'm like, I don't really feel like I really got to know who she was, because they didn't show their disagreements like that. Like, when they were having disagreements, she was super nice as if there was no agreement. But he was like, oh, I'm so annoyed. I don't know if I can do this type of situation. So I don't know if I really have anything really negative to say about her, but more of, like, what was going on off camera? Like,
do you think that her profession has also maybe taught her how to kind of communicate certain ways in certain settings?
But I also think she was like, yeah, probably, because the way that he was talking to Micah and she had like an attitude about it, I don't think she really addressed that properly. I think she just kind of passively addressed it. And like what
maybe
you were saying
on
about
camera
her,
she did, and off camera
she cussed him out. And I really do hope she cussed him out. Like, let's be honest. Let's not pretend. Yeah.
Twice.
She should have cussed him out. Like, you're doing too much. And like you said, her family was strong. And I don't think that's an opinion that he had of the type of wife he wanted. He wanted someone like, yes, that's going to be in your statement, but not really your statement, sexually liberated, but also sit down, be quiet, and let him lead. When she's talking like, we need to move to this place, we're gonna sell this house, we're gonna get this house. He was like, remember when he at the bachelor party, or the bachelor party, right? He was like, no, she wants me to live there. I don't like those people in Seattle.
Yeah, he
like,
had a whole thing about people in Seattle, and I was like, I don't think you should do that on national TV. Talk bad about a whole state.
Yeah, and so he was on one, but when he got in front of her, he definitely was not the same type of energy. Mm-hmm. And so I'm wondering, like, her off camera, was she not the same kind of energy? Because on camera, she did seem sweet, but why was he acting like he is hidden in a dungeon off camera? Mm-hmm. Is he just extra? Is he playing it up, or what?
I feel like he lets his emotion like ride on his sleeve. Chelsea, I feel like, was a lot more like calculated. So I do agree with you. I could see her, having fights when the camera crew wasn't there. And then he kind of just like, he is fighting to be a leader of some sort in that. But he but I think that comes from inexperience, right? So if he's never experienced being with a woman that kind of could handle her own, he doesn't know how to adjust to that. So now he's like fighting on, even things that are beneficial to him, he's fighting against. And I was like, maybe moving to Seattle might be.
Yeah. I mean, he's working from home anyways. What does he have to lose?
Exactly. Like, dude, you're winning. Like, you're winning without even trying. So.
Yeah, I think more of her issue was that she wasn't really taking the hint. And I really think that he did. Let's be honest. He wanted a white woman. That's fine. And that's fine. But he was not expecting to get the same qualities he probably complains about in black women. I think that was his biggest issue.
I can agree with that.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's that. All right. Let's hop into the chat because we went rogue again. Let's see here. I don't even know if everybody really watches this show, but we going in.
We are going in on these people.
Oh, no, we are. Okay, let's see where we at. I think we're at Cheryl C's comment saying, Cheryl C says, if this is a reality show, they might have been creating a specific nice personality for someone through editing. That's usually how it works. Yeah, I would agree with that. Sometimes they do change up what's really going on through the editing. As he says, I also felt like Kwame was looking for reasons not to be with Chelsea. I was shook when he said yes. I absolutely thought he was going to say no.
I 100% thought he was going to be like, no. But like I said, once his family showed up, it was different because his family was like, oh, mom is this. And like, oh, the family already knows. And like, just being from Africa, once you implement that family stuff, it's a whole different thing.
I think he would have felt embarrassed.
He would have felt embarrassed because now it's like a whole different thing.
Right.
So he had that pressure.
Essie says Micah liked being desired. She did not like that man. I agree. I completely agree with that. I don't think she liked him. I just think she liked the attention. What you giggling about?
I thought she liked him, but
that's what's wrong with men. Y'all can't catch hints.
Right over there, like, oh, she really liked me,
bro. Simone D says, as soon as we got introduced to Kwame, I turned the show off and relied on YouTube for recaps.
That's wild.
I can kind of feel where you're coming from, though. I feel where you are coming from for sure. She
said, all right, that's it. Let's wrap it up.
That's a wrap.
See what I needed to see today.
I really did hate his scenes, though. So I get it. I get it. Let's make sense. Alpha, what country are your family from?
I answered, yeah.
Sierra Leone in West Africa. Hello Smoky says, see, this is why I never ask native speakers for help when learning a new language. Yeah, yes. He judges me. I tried very hard. He didn't even mention, like, we had our little date night. He didn't even mention I cooked African food. It was good. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So she cooks African food. Now she tells me she's from my country. I hope not, because it's a small country. So I don't want you to be my cousin. But she's like, she loves my culture. And that was like a big thing for me because I love my culture. My family travels back and forth. That's something we're going to do. And so that was, like I said, she checked off a lot of stuff on my list right there.
I want to learn how to speak it, but he doesn't talk enough.
She can understand some of the stuff, especially with Creole. So don't play yourself. You got this.
You said my pronunciation is bad.
Your pronunciation is bad. I'll leave that one.
All right. As he says, I know I'm talking a lot, but I feel like I'm out for drinks with you all. Hey, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We kind of slowed down. Our mimosa ran out.
I got a whole
spilled it all on the floor.
Did you want more?
I think after the stream probably. Nissa says so many people are reporting in the failed live stream of Netflix. You think Netflix would have done a text before they did this? I think this was their first live stream. No, so apparently they live streamed the Chris Tucker stand-up show. But the thing is, not as many people would be as interested in the stand-up show because, one, he doesn't have an ongoing show, and two, he disappeared for a year after Will Smith slapped him. So, I mean...
You don't have to say all of that. Will Smith did slap that man.
Will Smith definitely slapped that man, and he disappeared for a year. So, but people religiously watch Love is Blind. You should know a lot of people are going to tune into that. Especially like we just talked about, women are the biggest consumers. So if you're talking about Chris Rock, who was talking mess about a woman and got slapped over talking mess about a woman, why would, women tune into that? Cheryl C says some people feel like they have to assimilate to a new place. Sadly, I can understand why they might feel that way. People can be opinionated. Also, if someone left a bad situation, change may help. But his family seemed like way more in tune with it. So I also think
Kwame's?
Yeah. His brother and sister seemed a lot more in tune with their culture.
Trust me. Based on what they said when they got on the show in the beginning, it let me know exactly who he was and how they saw him. That was pressure, and he had to make it work.
Yeah.
So,
well, they said he was disconnected from them too. So I think he definitely, maybe he got picked on more. Maybe he was the younger sibling. I don't know.
It doesn't even have to be that. Maybe he just got picked on once he came here. Like when I first came to the States, I got picked on, but just kind of knowing who I am, my personality, I got over it, and I don't think he was able to get over it. So he tried, like, even the way he tries to talk, I don't know. I don't feel like he's being his true self.
I know this is not a reader, but Hella Swanky says Sierra Leone. So wait, which one is your mother tongue?
I answered it. Creole.
Okay, you already did. Creole.
Creole.
As he says, horniness is negative. That's what I said. Is that really negative to a man, especially?
Yeah, it can come off bad, especially like if I want a relationship with you, I want to marry you. If you're like too horny, then I think you're like sleep with a bunch of guys.
That's not even fair to say, because then if she's not, then that's an issue too.
It's okay. I can't explain it.
Trying.
No one explains it, but it's just a guy thing. I'm sorry. It's just a guy thing. We want that to just be our, like, most guys will romanticize, like, I'm her first, I'm her best, I'm her last. We don't want to know the other stuff. It's just a guy thing. No one talks to us about it, but it's just a brain thing. We don't have the emotional capacity to handle that. I'm sorry.
Because you guys are sensitive. I would say no. I'm going to say no. They say that, but they be like, oh, lady in the streets, freaking the sheets. But no, don't listen.
But hold on, did you hear
men what don't know what they want.
If that's gonna be my girl or my wife, I don't want it though.
Yes, you do. You literally said
just for me, but I wouldn't want her to be like that for everyone else.
Like I said, this is why men.
Like
that's why men are on the manosphere. They don't know what they want.
It's a double standard.
Whatever. Don't listen. Don't listen. This says, I feel like everyone on the show should read up on Gottman Institute, made by married couple therapists, and take the love language test. I would agree. Love language is important.
We did that, and you were surprised on my results. You remember that?
Yeah, I was surprised on his results. I was. I thought he was more physical touch than he was. So,
no.
Like I said, the lady in the street here. All right, let's go. Essie says Chelsea seems to have no fear of rejection. I would agree with that. She was doing too much. Chelsea professes her love / call me awkward laugh. That happens many times. Yes, that is true. She was definitely more infatuated with him than he was with her. Mary Malarkey says, I'm feeling that extended family is very important to Alpha because he brought that into the conversation a few times tonight. It's so true. I hope you two live stream the wedding. That was part of my plan, but I think we're doing something small, so we might not be able to do that.
Maybe we could do the honeymoon.
Maybe we'll do some of our honeymoon live stream. Hello Swaggy says, well, that's what he gets. Melissa McDonald says, I've never watched this show, but want to start watching now. Guess I'll wait until next season. Oh, it's still on Netflix, so you can just binge watch it if
like
you want.
4 seasons, and they're like an hour long, so that's a lot.
And at least you won't have to wait till the next week because Netflix is trying to do that whole waiting thing, and now look what happened to them.
Right.
Mary says thanks for the link to you. No problem.
Thank you.
Let's see. Also, he says phonetics might not be her strong suit. Thanks. Thanks, fellas. Don't give up, Bree. Don't be discouraged. Plus, if you have kids, they'll be appreciative. See, look at me. And Alpha's fan will be too. I'm sure you can do it. I think I can too. He's just a hater. Stop promoting your channel in my chat. Boy, my boy over here with
I got a bunch of followers.
My boy over here with the stream, with his subscriber count pulled up. He keeps refreshing it like every 2 seconds, hoping y'all follow.
Why do you have to embarrass me?
Because
like
you acting up. You sitting there looking at the phone. We trying to have a live stream. He trying to see how many subscribers he can get. Chelsea says, LOL, people were interested in the Chris Rock thing. Everyone was talking about that week. I didn't even know it was coming out.
We just wandered on it.
Yeah, well, it just came across the feed. But people didn't need to see it live in the moment. They like they would a reality show reunion. I would agree with that. And because the thing is, like, reality shows, they do come out live, or not maybe live, but if you're like a watcher of that reality show, that day, that time when it comes out, you're gonna watch it.
True.
Not necessarily the same thing with comedy specials. It looks like it says OMG Alpha. That sounds a bit sexist. Bit of a double standard, don't you think? Like I said, they don't know what they want.
I'm sorry. We're not. You already know the answer to this. I'm sorry. This is how we're wired, and it sucks. It sucks.
Bad.
Hey, because no one really. Okay, so I have this idea, right? This is a little bit of sidetrack. I'm gonna make it quick, but we don't focus a lot on male hormones. If you think about it, right? There's not an emphasis on it and how we are supposed to handle it and so forth. So what happens is we will get those feelings and things like that. We just don't know how to channel it because there's no resource for it. It's like, it's just my little spill.
Okay.
I'll
let you have it. As he says to Chelsea, I agree about feeling the need to assimilate, especially when you are a first generation American. Some people have an identity crisis, parent culture versus American culture. I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Tiny D says to Alpha is right. They can't handle it. Did you see The Best Man?
I saw that.
Yeah, they can't handle it, but they think that's what they wanted and they don't want it, and then weird. Okay. You don't have emotional maturity. We can't handle hurt. Oh, tell me about it. I don't have emotions. Women are emotional. Women are emotional. Men are emotional. Women communicate. Men are emotional. Mario says, open your eyes. Have an affair.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, we don't do that over here. Sorry. Cheryl C says to Essie, it's true. When my grandmother came from the Philippines in the mid-40s, my grandfather's family was in northern Maine. Let's just say assimilation was necessary for her and her person of color kids. Yes, that is a very true thing. Across cultures, across mixes, there's a lot of mixes happening now. Not mixes, but interracial relationships happening now. So even if you are comfortable with being a person of color, maybe you get into a relationship with someone else that's not the same type of person of color as you, and then there's issues that arise there.
I mean, it's gonna be different things, that the other person brings, but at the end of the day, like you make it work.
Yeah.
So you respect where the person's coming from, they respect where you're coming from, and you kind of just go from there.
Right. I agree. And Tanya D reminded us to make sure you hit the stream if you haven't, or hit the like button if you have not already. Welcome in. We are kind of winding down now at this point because they never played the show for us.
They never.
I thought we were going to be able to live stream it, but nope. They never pardoned the interruption is what it's telling us. Let's see. Ari says, with you, he's still in love. Oh, yes, he is still in love with me. Okay, I was like, I don't
even know what they're talking about.
You to me in love.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm here with a do-rag on YouTube.
You are here with a do-rag on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm trying. No, it says sorry, something went wrong.
Okay.
They just gave up.
All right. Mary says, we are so promoting Alpha everywhere. He's a keeper and he's associated with a law nerd. Welcome in to the law nerd crew. Rogue YouTube over here.
Let's do it.
I just continue to be rogue. Swanky says, no, that wasn't shade. We have strengths and weaknesses, nothing to do with intelligence. My point was, you have the capacity to do it. Just got to figure out your strengths. Read learning languages. I can learn languages, but the thing is, it's not. Do you have like language books on Creole? No, they just make stuff up as they go.
No.
They just make stuff up as they go.
No. There is actually a thing. If you look it up, you'll find it. For me, it was easy to learn multiple languages. Like I said, English was my third language. So my first language was Creole, then I knew Fula, and then I used to know Timini, but I lost that because I didn't have anyone to speak with. And then I learned English. After learning English, I then learned French. After learning French, I learned sign language. So they do say that if you're able to like learn language, it just makes it easier for you. For you, you're not really trying to learn any other language.
I know Spanish a little bit, so that's why I can even pick up on some of the stuff that you say because you just have a mix of Spanish, English, French. That's what your language is.
To an extent, but mostly English.
Yeah. So I could do it. It's just it's out of order English. So.
When we have kids, I'm gonna teach them Creole, and then we're gonna talk in Creole, and then she's gonna be like, "What are you guys saying?"
I was like, it says, no, men aren't wired that way. They're socialized that way, but let's not go too rogue tonight. Right? That is true. Mario says, just playing. Essie says, alpha women have male hormones too, just lower levels. Same is true of men. They have progesterone and estrogen. Mm-hmm. Men make it seem like they have no free will or self-control. Look what you just started. They calling you out.
I'm not going to answer to that.
No, they calling you out.
We're just going to blame it on the immaturity.
They are immature. Sorry.
Jeez.
Sorry if there's any men watching. Oh, Mario says, hello from Portugal. Hello. Welcome in from Portugal. I'm laughing my A off. For sure. And then Mario saying hi to Mario. Nissa Howard says, apparently there are memes about the failed live stream. I don't know what happened. Like, who is behind this? Poor intern that put this together. Like, what is going on? What's happening?
Let me see if it'll finally...
Who put this together, Netflix?
I'm sure it's all over. I mean, they had like almost 200 people on their Instagram live. Just
200,000.
200,000 complaining.
Because they wanted to watch it live.
That's a lot of viewers alone that were able to use Instagram. So I can only imagine where Facebook and Twitter people were.
And they ended up turning the live off saying that it had started, but not really. It didn't start for a lot of people. And it's still not working for us.
They said, you guys are not going to watch this.
Right. Hello, Swanky says, plus my comment about phonetics being your strong suit was more to encourage Alpha to cut you some slack. Even your pronunciation isn't perfect. I was hoping to encourage him in to encourage you. He's not a good teacher. I'll go with that. Hi to Tanya D. All right, thanks for another night. As far as the male stuff, Twitter blowing up to Mr. Howard. Probably. We've been on here this whole time, so I don't know what's happening.
What's going on in the world?
Alice Lincoln says, "Welcome to the Bree Hive, Mario. Hope you're doing well tonight." Yes, of course. All right, laughing with Cheryl C. Saying to Mario, today is already Monday in Portugal. Nice to know. Nissa says, my favorite is there's an engineer that was all this week saying we don't have the capacity for it. They should have listened to him. Okay,
I agree. I thought the same thing.
People are gonna watch it, and I was wondering how they were gonna do it, being like a streaming platform. But here we are, looking at them not being able to do it. Are you embarrassed, Nick Lachey?
No. He's probably happy. He's like, I got that many watchers?
Yeah, he got paid regardless.
That's his fourth season.
It's still no, it's still not working.
Not at all.
Not working. Thank good evening to everyone. Yes. Hedgehog in Space says, haha, I can't believe you did this license right. It's completely rogue. That's what we do. He says, right? Alpha tapping into what I do for a living. I'm trying hard to shut up. Because she deals with like speech and stuff. Let's see. All right. That's all the comments for today. I see you got Josh pulled up. Did you want to make some comments about him and Jacqueline and her nonsense?
We'll finish it off with Josh.
Yeah. Netflix is still not showing. For those of you that don't believe me, it's still over. Look at it. Nothing. It's just loading.
With a ring. The ring is not even that big.
That ring is huge.
Make those rings smaller that they give the people.
All right. Who are we looking up now? You said we're going with Josh?
Yes.
All right. Let me pull him up. Go ahead and start with your spiel.
All right. So we have Josh, 31 years old. He's a project engineer. His love quote is, people either love or hate that I joke around a lot. Some of these quotes actually is who they are. I mean, Josh seemed very interested in the beginning in the pods. I did not get the impression that I later received when they did that whole event. Like, I thought he put himself together pretty well during the pods based on what I saw. But then once they brought him on the show, I was like, oh no, like what? He's very immature in behavior. I felt like they got him drunk on the show. Like, he seemed very drunk. He was slurring his speech. He was just berated. Like, it was just weird. I was like, what? I don't think he really likes that girl. I think he's just Jacqueline, to be specific. I think he was just like, oh, she's hitting on me. Let me just see what I could do about it. But I don't really see them connecting like that. I feel like they probably would hook up, and that would just be about it. So
right. It's almost like it was a second thought, like they wanted another second choice, like Zach got a second choice. Right. For me, Josh, like I said, I feel like they didn't show him very much in the pods. And then when they got out of the pods, he was kind of lit on that little first meet up. And then like even their connection with Jackie and him afterwards, I don't know. I just feel like it was more of a, let me see if I can get a second chance type thing. She thought probably she was going to be able to continue on the show like Zach did. But I do think she probably likes people a little bit more superficial, which he puts himself together, but I still don't think he's her type.
Yeah, I think he's very immature. I think I would, if I had a daughter and he brought Josh home, I would tell her to not bring him again. Please.
That makes sense.
Like, no, there was no substance about him. You know, there wasn't really like any maturity, especially emotionally. He did not respect boundaries, knowing, hey, this is who she's with. I do like her. Let me still respect that.
Right.
So there was a lot of immaturities that went to that. I don't think he really was trying to get married. So I didn't, so there was a lot of stuff. So
it kind of seemed like he was just on the show.
He's just on the show. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they got him drunk.
Mary said that her son took Spanish and to try to connect with coworkers, and they all spoke a different language or a different version of Spanish, so they made fun of him. That is very true. The Spanish that they teach in school, like university, high school, all of those, they're very different than what Spanish speakers that we come across actually speak. It's kind of like they have like their own slang, their own version of stuff, just kind of like with different African people. None of y'all languages sounds like the same, but y'all call it the same thing.
So we have like Creole, which is also known as Pidgin English. So I can speak Creole to a Nigerian, Ghanaian, Liberian, any neighboring country. I could speak Creole to them and they'll be able to speak it back, but they have different like dialogues and certain ways they say dialects, certain way they say things, but we're able to still understand what we're saying. Mm-hmm. So
it's very similar with Spanish. Yeah. Even with English, when you talk to someone from Britain, you be like, "What the heck are you?" Even though you know like what trousers mean, like why are we using that in a regular sentence? Just say pants, So
my only vet with British people is that they need to confirm that you hear them. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? You understand? I have some friends that are in Europe, and I ask them this, and I go, "Why do you keep confirming that I'm listening to you? I'm looking at you talk. So that's my only thing. But besides that,
really, cool. I feel like so. Hopefully, he learned the good slang Spanish. Essie says Josh is another that might need help. He given real F-boy energy. Yeah, he did come off as that. Like I said, they didn't give him a lot of airtime in the pods, but they just made him a character for after the pods.
Literally made drama. Him a character.
Yeah. What is this? Timo says this reunion was overall very disappointing. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. We haven't been able to see it yet.
I know.
Asher's mama, hello. Welcome back to the live stream. Saying hi, Bree, Alpha, and Hive. I was able to watch the reunion. Lucky you. We're still waiting on it. Thank you for coming into the live stream. Essie says, I read in a comment section that Jackie needs to find her man at... I'm not trying to be mean, but she is a little ghetto.
She is like, that girl.
Not to say that only ghetto people date people in the penitentiary, but she is a little ghetto.
She like when you think of LA stereotype, boom. She's Jackie? Exactly that. And it's just
her Ebonics is, I mean, not to say you can't speak Ebonics on TV, but she definitely was on TV speaking Ebonics.
Yeah. And she wanted to make it a point. That was the thing. Like she was going out of her way to make it a point of this is me.
Mm-hmm. So. Which is fine if that's who she is. It just seems like she kind of played a role to get the nice guy and then ended up screwing him over.
Hurting him. She heard more. That couch conversation was hurt. Like his eyes were like, wow.
He had a lot of self-control.
He put up with a lot of stuff even before that. Like he was really trying to talk. She was like, what did she complain about? But it was like almost stepping back. Like he would talk to her about her problems and try to figure out and helped her. And then she was saying that she needed.
He said that she said he don't have sex with her. That's what
next. We're not gonna bash Marshall on here. We're gonna leave him alone.
But the thing is, like, why would he want to after she be acting all weird, all
crying, doing all that stuff? So I think for him, he was probably like trying to be super nice and really like listen, engage her, and kind of be there for her. So no, if she's always sad and complaining, he's probably like, you know what? I'm a nice guy. I'm not gonna impose that I want to have sex with you. Hey. You want to talk? Do you want? And
he was probably turned off by her random emotional breakdowns over nothing. She was complaining about. Mm-hmm. Hello Swanky agrees that's true about Spanish with the different dialects. Halasweki also says, because pants equals underwear in British English. I didn't know that.
Oh, I did not know that. So if I go and I say, I'm looking for some pants,
they're going to get you some underwear.
Oh, no.
Different dialects.
Different dialects.
Halasweki says, the history of English is wild, too. You're right, Brie. Yeah. You don't even know. And then you got AAVE. You know?
You taught me that one.
See? You can't speak my language either. He says I already read that one. Essie says, what happened? Go away. I'll take Josh. Emotional intelligence is sexy. I don't think Josh had the emotional intelligence. I think it was Marshall. Yeah, Marshall had the emotional intelligence, not Josh.
Okay, so Josh is like, he's trying to hook up with you. Like, if you marry Josh and think like, then I'm sorry. Like, as a guy, I could tell you, Josh is going to be the type of dude that would come to me and be like, oh, look at all these girls I have. I just smashed her, this and that. I'd be like, okay, that's the type of guy. He's not going to come and be like, oh, I just met this girl named Jackie. She's interesting. These are things I know about her. So he might be fun in that sense, but when it comes to what they were looking for in a marriage, especially as a man, is stability, or what I've been told is stability. He does not show that. I wouldn't take him serious. Like you mentioned, you said you have certain friends to do certain things. I'll go with Josh to the club. Obviously, he would be club material. But if I'm going to maybe a seminar or some meeting, I'm not taking Josh with me. Like, that's embarrassing. I'm sorry.
Timo says, y'all have a bottle of wine ready because, Lord, it was disappointed, and be ready to hear the couples be pressured to have babies. Oh, wow.
I believe it.
We haven't been able to see it. We've already been drinking champagne. So, Asher Mama says, her first breakdown in Mexico already had me start to wonder. Yes. I was like, okay, that was weird. Like, what are we crying about again?
Right. She didn't even know.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
She didn't even know. And he was like being super nice.
Yeah.
I was like, some guys would have been like, no.
She wanted somebody to do some things that Marshall wasn't willing to do that I can't say on YouTube. Okay? That's what she was wanting. Somebody to use and abuse her. Let's leave it at that. Completely agree. Essie says, my bad, I meant Marshall. Yes. Okay. I think we're on the same page.
We saved Essie on that one. Sorry.
Mary says, to be fair, the Spanish, they teased him in fun. The elders came up to him later that day to say how cool it was that he cared enough to try. That is good. But I think a lot of people do that. They make fun. Like when he makes fun of me, I don't take offense to it. He just doesn't speak it enough for me to catch on.
Oh yeah. I know. I did promise to like have a whole day where I just speak the language. But even as far as what she has done so far, lets me know. Like, to me, that's confident. She like our date night, she cooked African food, and it's like I can't wait to get off the stream because I want another bowl.
I'm gonna go eat.
And then just like the things that you do, like respecting it, and my family. My dad likes her. That was a big one for me, because he doesn't even like me that much, so.
I don't know if you want to say that on the camera.
He loves me. I know that, but like he's a hard dad. Like he's a typical like if you're an immigrant dad, you're hard on your kids. Like you don't even like be sweet because you feel like that's gonna deter them from succeeding. That's the dad I have. Brianna, he's like super nice, super soft. Like, bro. What about me?
Dads have different energy towards girls.
Absolutely. But
I was like, it's a side note. My bad if you already said, Bree, do you have any plans to cover Shanquella Robinson? I did not. I have not been looking into it. I kind of caught the beginning of it, but I haven't looked any further into it. So if something comes up that I think is good to cover, then I will. I know Natalie Lawyer Chick is going to be covering it more though, so I might pop up on her channel. I don't know if I'm going to cover it directly on my channel. Hello Sonia says, last time I ate off, he doesn't even like me that much. Too relatable for your dad. All right. Well, with that being said, we have streamed for 3 hours, which is like one of my longer streams that I've ever done. So thank you all for hanging out with us as we gossiped and chatted. I don't know if this is going to stay up on the channel because it kind of got a little bit too rogue for like my liking, but it was a good time. I'm glad for those of you that caught it live. We'll see if it's up by the end of the week, but right now it's going to be up. So thank you everybody for joining us live. We will be back, or I will be back on Tuesday to cover some more different legal cases that we like to cover on the channel. Don't know exactly what we will be covering. If you have not already, please do hit the like button if you made it this far into the live stream, and hit the subscribe button if you have made it this far into the live stream. If you have not checked out Alpha's channel, which he watched grow throughout the entire live stream, please go over and check out his channel. He's doing great things over there. It's medical related if you're into that. He is filming his journey through nursing school. So if you guys like content like that, check him out. Make sure to hit the like button here. I'll check if we hit the 100 likes at the end of this. And yes, have a good Sunday night, and I will see you later on this week.
Yay!
All right.